The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at talkrealsolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of talkrealsolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not talkrealsolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, delays in this information, or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
Phone. Say okay. See if that works. It sounds like it's working. Jeez, I'm old. All right, so now we got audio. All right, so welcome to the show. This is Talk Real Solutions, and I am your host tonight, Tyrone Thompson. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today is what is today? Today is September the 12th, 2024. And if you want to join me in the conversation, all you have to do is join me on YouTube, or you can call into the show at 717-908-1834, and I'll get you on the show here, and you can enjoy the conversation. All right, I don't know, there's something going on, but we're gonna work. We're gonna push through it. Seems like my audio is low. Am I turning it down? Test, 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 test. I just turned it down. Now I turn it back all the way up. What's up, Frodo? I'm having a senior moment right now, messing with this audio. Okay, so we're gonna anyway. I'm going to continue. Um, yeah. So we're still in the political season. Is going down to the wire. We just had the first presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and it couldn't have turned out well. It could have turned out better if that Joker would have just walked off the stage and conceded right then. You know, I would have been happy. But it was entertaining and educational and informative all at once. There was a lot of stuff. If you was paying attention, you would have learned about both of those candidates. And they're applying for a job with the American people, and that was the part of the application process. So whenever you look at that debate and you look at both of those candidates, you'll see that one of them is clearly not qualified to be there. Clearly not qualified to be there. And he's not qualified to be there if you saying shit like this.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So
taking this from
but
television.
The people
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying their
manager.
dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Now, you might think that that's a freaking joke. But Donald Trump literally said that last night or the other night on the political debate for President of the United States of America to be the most powerful person on the planet. He had that conversation about Americans and immigrants and Haitians in particular eating dogs as an issue of concern to put before the American people. Now, I don't want to spend all night talking about that man talking about eating dogs, but I got to. I got to, because we have conversations on this show about why one would listen, trust, or respect Donald Trump's opinion. We have back and forth. People get angry. People get mad. People go grab binoculars and look at polling places. People eat horse pills based off of this stupidity. I mean, we literally have, knockdown, drag outs, conversations about this idiot who said this shit.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So
taking this from
but
television.
The people
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying their
manager.
dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Okay. That is a former president of the United States of America. Without any facts, without any evidence, his basis for reasoning in his own voice is that the people on television said something. You just heard him. The people he's standing on the debate stage. And to validate his point, he's not telling you about an incident, a case, an instance where this happened. He's just like any other conspiracy theorist, saying that he's seen it in some form of media, and that's validation enough for this idiot to stand before the American people and claim that Haitian immigrants, I'm going to get into that too, are eating animals, domestic animals. Now, I know who he's playing to. He's playing to a base of racist ass people against black people, because notice, out of all of the years that they've been talking about Mexican immigrants and Hispanic immigrants and people coming from Central America, right? And I know Haitian is down that way, but all this time they've been talking about, those type of immigrants. With this in particular topic, it's got to be the black Haitians that are eating domestic animals. See, whenever you've been studying racism as long as I have, I don't got no scholarship in it or nothing like that, but damn it, I know racism when I hear it. This is aimed directly at black people. Haitians. about how gross they are and how, you need to be scared of these people because they're savages. They have no home training. Right? And these people went so far as to, with this conspiracy theory, that Elon Musk, the billionaire, on his platform is giving a platform to promote this type of rhetoric. And I'm not lying. I went and downloaded some pictures, some AI pictures, so you can see what is being posted on Twitter. And you can see in the background where the black Haitians are chasing Donald Trump with the animals in his hand, because the scary black people are going to eat your dogs. I don't know who the fuck this appeals to, but this is some of the sickest crap that I've heard come out of anyone's mouth in a long time. Even though they got some shit going on in their little arena. Last week I was playing this slideshow where they got the Tampax on the ear, where when Donald Trump supposedly got shot, everybody went and got a Kotex or a tampon and they started pinning it to their damn ear. These some sick people. These are some sick people. They've got all of these trends out here that they fall behind, and then you have to argue with these people like they got good goddamn sense. No, you got a whole country, a whole half a country, damn near half a country that is crazy as fuck. Look at these people on this screen sitting up there with all that Kotex on their ear. A tampon or whatever. No offense against tampons. And not only that, they think it's okay to shit on yourself. Because some of these people are wearing diapers saying that they approve of Donald Trump shitting on himself. Real men wear diapers. So you got the whole Tampax on your ear. And then look, this lady here, they actually got like specimen cups. That's what this is. They got specimen cups of JD Vance that supposedly is promoting that somehow or another JD Vance is a real man, and that specimen cup is supposed to hold his semen. I am not making this up. These are real Trump rallies. These are real Trump supporters. These are Sergeant, and look at JD Vance in a wig. These are Sergeant ABC's people that eat horse pills and get binoculars to spy on fucking voter ballot box. That's who these people are. That's who these people are. I didn't make this up. You can see it for yourself. These are real rallies. These are real people. These are grown-ass people in America wearing diapers, walking around with specimen cups of pretend sperm, wearing Kotex on their ears, and their leader, the number one person, is saying this shit.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So
taking this from
but
television.
The people on
I'm taking it from
television
the city
saying
manager.
their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
So why does the mainstream media even give this man a real platform? Why does Americans even take this guy seriously? Why in the hell or how in the hell did he ever wind up being the most powerful man on the goddamn planet? Those are real questions that we need as a country, as a society, to ask ourselves. Are you so far gone politically, religiously, or whatever your mindset may be, that you are willing to stand behind a complete fucking moron and just say, be damned with this damn country? You don't give a fuck about none of its goddamn rules. You don't care about the Constitution. You don't care about the law. You don't care about any type of moral shit. You don't give a shit. You just want to win. You just want to be the one that's in charge. Because if both sides acted that way, I mean, the Democrats would win hands down. I'm not. The Democrats can be dirty. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. But y'all lucky they don't play dirty. I'm glad that they don't play dirty. Because if they played like the Republicans played, I mean, it'd be an ugly goddamn country. These people, because I've seen some straight up crazy ass people on the left that is fucking batshit crazy. Now, I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. But it's nothing like that is in charge of the political right now, because these guys are crazy. And let me tell you this right here. I titled the show Kamala Harris, You're Hired, because if you guys didn't see the debate, she dog walked that motherfucking Donald Trump on that debate stage, and I am so proud of her. I am glad that she actually had the debate. It was it was a lesson in how you supposed to handle Donald Trump. It was almost like Kamala Harris was saying everything, almost everything that I was saying about Donald Trump, and she brought it to the stage. She literally brought it to the stage, because the things on the healthcare, the things about Afghanistan, all of that shit I've been saying, and nobody else in the media or any other political opponent have been saying this to Donald Trump's face. And she showed that she's ready to stand up against Vladimir Putin, all of these fucking world dictators. She's ready to stand with our allies in the world and to make America a stronger country. That's what the hell I seen on that stage the other night from Kamala Harris. So you're hired, Kamala Harris, and Trump lost the goddamn debate. I am ready now, and I'm convinced that America it can be ready and is ready for a woman president. I was scratching my head at first, and I know it's still an uphill battle. Don't get me wrong, this still is America. But I think America is ready for a woman president, somebody who can actually lead the way Kamala Harris can lead. Plus, I was watching a clip of Ari Melber on YouTube right before the show, and I didn't really get a chance to hear everything that he was saying, but he was putting up these charts, right? Because the right will have you believe that Kamala Harris don't have any experience, but the charts that he was putting up was showing how much more experience that she has than anybody. She has more experience than in government than any one of these people, present or past. And I'll try to share that with you right now. I'll put this first picture up, and I'll show her experience over JD Vance. Hold on. Y'all know me, I move slow. All right, so you got this picture where it shows that Kamala Harris has been in government for 31 years compared to the childish cat lady person who's only been in government for 6 years. They said 4 years was served in the Marines, and the other 2 years was in the Senate. So whenever it comes to talking about Kamala Harris' experience, she outpaces JD Vance by far, right? And then he put up another slide showing her her experience compared to former presidents. So he had Kennedy, Reagan, and Obama up there. So I'll share that slide with you and show you how much more experience she had over these guys. I think it's this one. All right, on this slide, you can see that her 30 years of government service compared to Barack Obama's, compared to Ronald Reagan's, compared to JFK. So she outpaced them by far, right? And the title of this slide, it says all government experience as a presidential nominee. And this last slide shows how much more experience that she has over Donald Trump. Now, whenever they come talking about this lady's experience, they just need to move on from that, because this lady been doing this for a long time. I had no idea that she had been in government for this long, but she's been in government a long time, and she's more than qualified to be the goddamn president. So this slide has Donald Trump. So the government experience for JFK, as president, he's got 13 years combined between the House and the Senate. Ronald Reagan got 8 years as a governor, right? Barack Obama had, I don't know, a couple of years as the Senate, and I don't know how many in the state Senate. It would total up to 11 years. Donald Trump has 0 experience in government. Kamala Harris was the district attorney, the AG. She served in the Senate, and then she served in the vice president position for the last 3 years, we know. And that's a combination of 21 years. When you just look at how she outpaces Donald Trump and JD Vance when it comes to experience in the government and knowing what she's doing. So all of these talking points about Kamala Harris don't have experience, that's because she's a woman and they can get away with it, right? And she's a black person, so it's easy. Well, you know, she's a mixed race person. I know how sensitive people are about that conversation, but she's a mixed race person, a person of color, and people can get away with it when they look at it as a woman and a person of color and call her ignorant or say that she's lacked the experience. They can get away with it and people don't question it. But you can see it right here in black and white, hardcore evidence that Kamala Harris outpaces any of her current or previous people in government when it comes to the qualifications for that office. So yeah, she's ready to be president. She's worked in government enough to know what the hell she's doing. She has way more experience than Donald Trump. She damn sure have more experience than JD Vance. Donald Trump has no idea of what the fuck he's talking about. If you looked at that debate the other night, and when it came to foreign policy and Donald Trump talking about the leader, the whatever his fucking name was, Turkey or whoever the hell he was, I mean, he's praising dictators. He's praising dictators. And it is a scary thought that because Donald Trump wears the skin of a white person and he's a male, that there's a lot of American thinks that he's more qualified just by having that pedigree. That is a scary thought. And Donald Trump is one of the he's the most unhinged person that I've seen in a while. Now I know that a lot of y'all didn't hear the debate, so I got, what do I got? Hold on, let me make sure I got what I got. I always get confused when it comes. I'm gonna just play it and and see what the hell it is. Let me play this one and see what this is. I think this is one on Afghanistan. Oh yeah, y'all remember me having arguments with Sarge about the Afghanistan pullout, about how all the time the right always blames Joe Biden for the way they pulled out of Afghanistan. And there's some criticism to go around about how we pulled out of Afghanistan, and I'm not beyond that. But we need to know how that initially started and why we pulled out of Afghanistan the way we did. And that's why I was saying when I was looking at the debate last night, Kamala Harris was touching on a lot of things that we say here on this show that we know for a fact, but the mainstream media don't even pick it up whenever they run around talking about the Biden screwed up the Afghanistan pullout. That wasn't it. Donald Trump and his cabinet set up that pullout by inviting terrorists to Camp David, releasing 5,000 motherfucking Taliban, having them go back over to Afghanistan, wreak havoc in the goddamn war. And he had dates set to when the United States had to get out of there. And there was an agreement at Camp David signed by Donald Trump and his team. That's why we had to pull out. And then you hear stupid asses like Sarge come on here and say, well, he's the president. He could have changed his damn mind. That ain't the way that shit works. But Kamala Harris did bring that up last night. So I'm going to let y'all hear this part about Afghanistan. I think this is it.
Well, I will tell you, I agreed with President Biden's decision to pull out of Afghanistan. 4 presidents said they would, and Joe Biden did. And as a result, America's taxpayers are not paying the $300 million a day we were paying for that endless war. And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century. But let's understand how we got to where we are. Donald Trump, when he was president, negotiated one of the weakest deals you can imagine. He calls himself a deal maker. Even his national security advisor said it was a weak, terrible deal. And here's how it went down. He bypassed the Afghan government. He negotiated directly with a terrorist organization called the Taliban. The negotiation involved the Taliban getting 5,000 Taliban terrorists released. And get this, and the president at the time invited the Taliban to Camp David, a place of storied significance for us as Americans, a place where we honor the importance of American diplomacy, where we invite and receive respected world leaders. And this former president, as president, invited them to Camp David because he does not again appreciate the role and responsibility of the President of the United States to be commander-in-chief with a level of respect. And this gets back to the point of how he has consistently disparaged and demeaned members of our military, fallen soldiers, and the work that we must do to uphold the strength and the respect of the United States of America around the world.
I'll say it for you, Kamala Harris. This orange motherfucker invited some damn terrorists to the goddamn Camp David. That's what the fuck he did. And that's what the hell I've been telling Sarge, that he negotiated with motherfucking terrorists. Kamala Harris wanted to cuss on that stage, trying to explain how out of line it was for Donald Trump to sit down at Camp David with the fucking Taliban. That was so I don't even know why the hell it ain't still making headlines. But that was the premise to pulling out of Afghanistan. That's how it all started. When Donald Trump and his fucking fucked up crew invited terrorists to Camp David, released fucking 5,000 fucking terrorists, and they went over there and started raising hell. And then the United States had a deadline to get the fuck out. And Donald Trump, I'm gonna let you hear his response, but he gonna lie about the equipment left. He gonna lie about what was supposed to happen. And the way the deal was made, he was already on his way out of the motherfucking office. And he made this shitty ass deal and tried to hand it off to Joe Biden. I mean, it's just stupid for them to continue to get away with saying that Joe Biden is fucked up the Afghanistan pullout. And it's even more so whenever they had Memorial Day and they were still up there saying when them soldiers was killed over there that it was somehow or another Joe Biden's fault. No, the fuck it wasn't. Yes, he was the commander-in-chief when the pullout happened, but Donald Trump didn't even have a peaceful transfer of motherfucking power. They didn't even pass the baton to one another. They didn't brief one another. Donald Trump signed this agreement and he had to get kicked out of the fucking White House. So let me let you hear Trump's response. And you're going to hear the same dumb shit that he always talk about.
President Trump, your response to her saying that you began the negotiations with the Taliban.
So if you take a look at that period of time, the Taliban was killing our soldiers, a lot of them, with snipers. And I got involved with the Taliban because the Taliban was doing the killing. That's the fighting force within Afghanistan. They don't bother doing that because, you know, they deal with the wrong people all the time. But I got involved. And Abdul is the head of the Taliban. He is still the head of the Taliban. And I told Abdul, don't do it anymore. You do it anymore, you're going to have problems. And he said, why do you send me a picture of my house? I said, you're going to have to figure that out, Abdul. And for 18 months, we had nobody killed. We did have an agreement negotiated by Mike Pompeo. It was a very good agreement. The reason it was good, it was we were getting out. We would have been out faster than them, but we wouldn't have lost the soldiers. We wouldn't have left many Americans behind, and we wouldn't have left $85 billion worth of brand new, beautiful military equipment behind. And just to finish, they blew it. The agreement said you have to do this, this, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it. The agreement was terminated by us because they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
I want to move on.
And these people did the worst withdrawal and, in my opinion, the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And by the way, that's why Russia attacked Ukraine, because they saw how incompetent she and her boss are.
President Trump, thank you.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So
taking this from
but
television,
the people
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying their
manager.
dog was eaten by the people that went there.
So you have to play that back to back. You have to. Because it's the same mentality that you hear when he's supposedly speaking about policy. When he's supposedly speaking about how he governs. All I hear is that they're eating our dogs. They're eating our pets. I hear a fucking lunatic speaking. Because that's what the hell he is. He is the one who fucked up that Afghanistan pullout. Point blank, period. There is nothing more to be said about that. That piece of shit got American soldiers killed. He left American equipment on the ground over there. And he signed a fucking deal with the goddamn terrorists. And he freed 5,000 motherfucking Taliban. I read the damn agreement right here on the show. trying to show Sarge that he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Because he was all upset about how Joe Biden came out. Joe Biden was in office for a week. A fucking week. Jesus Christ. This motherfucker is the one who set up this bullshit and got those soldiers killed recklessly because he don't know how to be a commander-in-chief. He knows nothing about the fucking military. He is not respected by the fucking generals in the military in the United States of America. All he cares about is being recognized as a dictator by other dictators on this planet. Let me see who this is. Unknown caller, who's on the line?
Don't forget, man, you missed the key point. You missed the key point, bro.
Go ahead.
The part you missed the part where he says, I made a deal with Ali. That he talked with Ali. Who the fuck is Ali?
He said
Ali
Abdul.
who? He don't got Abdul. He got Abdul who? Who? What's the guy's last name? What was his rank? This guy could have probably made a deal with some side guy that had nothing to do with this shit, and he got jerked around. He don't even know who the last name of this person called Abdul is. That was mind-boggling. But I'll sit back as you keep going. Keep going, bro.
Okay. Yeah, so Jay is absolutely right. Here he is just calling out some of terrorist named Abdul, saying that, that was his foreign policy, his mastermind, while whatever the fuck he signed at Camp Davis got a lot of Americans killed, and it got us is looking bad on the world stage, when it came to the Afghanistan pullout. But Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did their thing by bringing those troops home and actually getting us out of there. The assignment was get the fuck out of there. We got the fuck out of there. That's what the hell they did. So I will never look down on the Biden administration for pulling those troops out of there. We didn't have to be there. I told y'all how I felt about Afghanistan. I think we was over there for the poppy field. I think we was over there for the pharmaceutical companies. There was really no war getting fought over there for anything. You won't trying to gain territory. You won't trying to uplift the government. You won't trying to do anything military. I don't know what the hell we was over there for, but we was over there for a long goddamn time. And all I know is during that time, American drug crisis grew out of control during that time we was been in Afghanistan. It went from cocaine to methamphetamines and all this kind of bullshit that white America uses, and these prescription drugs that they use. There's another audio I downloaded. I don't know why I labeled it healthcare, but I'm gonna play it and let y'all hear it and see what the hell it is. I don't know. Let me see what this is.
President Trump, this is now your third time running for president. You have long vowed to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. You have failed to accomplish that. You now say you're going to keep Obamacare, quote, unless we can do something much better. Correct. Last month, you said, quote, we're working on it. So tonight, 9 years after you first started running, do you have a plan, and can you tell us what it is?
Obamacare was lousy health care, always was. It's not very good today. And what I said, that if we come up with something, and we are working on things, we're going to do it and we're going to replace it. But remember this, I inherited Obamacare because Democrats wouldn't change it. They wouldn't vote for it. They were unanimous. They wouldn't vote to change it. If they would have done that, we would have had a much better plan than Obamacare. But the Democrats came up. They wouldn't vote for it. I had a choice to make when I was president. Do I save it and make it as good as it can be, never going to be great, or do I let it rot? And I felt I had an obligation, even though politically it would have been good to just let it rot and let it go away. I decided, and I told my people, the top people, and they're very good people. I have a lot of good people in that administration. We read about the bad ones. We had some real bad ones, too, and so do they. They have really bad ones. The difference is they don't get rid of them. But let me just explain. I had a choice to make. Do I save it and make it as good as it can be, or do I let it rot? And I saved it. I did the right thing. But it's still never going to be great, and it's too expensive for people. And what we will do is we're looking at different plans. If we can come up with a plan that's going to cost our people, our population, less money and be better health care than Obamacare, then I would absolutely do it. But until then, I'd run it as good as it can be run.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan. What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns, all less expensive. And there are concepts and options we have to do that. And you'll be hearing about it in the not too distant future.
All right, yeah. The reason I wanted to play that one is because I talked to Sarge about the healthcare plan over and over again, and y'all heard him say this coming straight from the horse's mouth. After all of these years, after Obamacare got implemented, after all of that screaming and yelling that the Republicans been doing, you hear him say that he don't have a plan. He have a concept of a plan. So the only thing they want to do is take health care away from Americans. Think about that. People that are being helped in America by the health care system that I don't fully agree with, because I think it can be better. I think it should be a single payer system where everybody, just like fucking goddamn Medicaid or Social Security, whatever the fuck, we can afford it as a government. But my point is, he wants to take that fucking piece of shit, broken ass healthcare system away from people that are getting help now with nothing to replace it. You heard it in his own. I got a concept of a motherfucking plan. He don't have a healthcare. He don't have a healthcare plan. The Republicans never had a healthcare plan. And once again, whenever this man speak, this is what I hear.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So,
taking this from
but
television.
The people on
taking
television saying their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Who's this unknown caller?
Yo, Ty, that's me. What's happening?
What's happening, man?
I just wanted to say, when you brought up the no plan thing, that struck me crazily, because he has been running for president for about 10 years. Hold on a second, Tyrone. Give me a minute.
You're chopping up, man.
I'm sorry? Yeah, hold on a second.
Let me get a number 3. No ice on the Sprite. Listen.
Yeah. Howard is going to get him a plate of dog and cat right now, since Donald Trump said that's on the menu.
You know, he sounded. Listen, when he said that they're eating dogs and cats and all that, it sounded almost like somebody telling a fairy tale to the children, like they was reading a book, a fairy tale book, and then they stopped him and they said like he's going too far. And he just kept going. No, they're eating. And they said, sir. He just keeps going. This dude is insane. We gotta give him an award. He said he won the debate. Yeah, for the most craziest shit we ever heard in any debate ever. He won the debate of saying the most crazy, outrageous shit that don't make sense, and just didn't. I mean, he definitely won it for having no plan, a concept. How you have a concept? 8 years. You talking about you have the best people around. He should have had the best healthcare experts to get that shit nipped in the butt the first year he was there. Then he said he didn't want to run it to the ground or throw it away. But guess what? He kept Obama shit. It didn't work, but yet he kept Obamacare, but didn't. He said he didn't want to destroy it, but then he had something better, but didn't have something better. The dude don't make no sense. He is going to lose. Sarge, he's going to lose. Go ahead. Howard.
Yo, Jay, I just wanted to say, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you clear.
On that, I don't have a plan. Shit. That struck me. This nigga been running for president for over 10 years. He was president for 4 of those over 10 years. And you don't have a plan. That struck me hard, Ty, Jay. You're like, what? So you don't agree with this, Obamacare, but you don't. You've been running for president for Obama left the office in 2016. Your ass been running before that. You've been president after that. And you say you don't have a plan. That is super duper ridiculous to me. That, like, what the fuck? And I talked to somebody, they said, well, he was being honest. Okay, yeah, you're being honest. That don't make him a fool. And that don't make him wrong, but not wrong. Like, what the fuck you mean you don't have a plan? Nick, so that's all I wanted to say. I'm done. That shit is crazy.
Well,
any nigga,
go ahead.
Any nigga is believing what this nigga say, then come over to my house. We can go to my neighbors and get a pet and gut them and defur them or whatever the fuck they call it, and we gonna eat it and get down together, cause that's what you niggas on. And I'm done.
That just shows you how vulnerable the Republican Party is, because when Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act came into place, the only thing you heard with talking point was repeal and replace, repeal and replace. So the conversation was trying to be had. Well, I was trying to have the conversation about, okay, so repeal and replace with what? What are you going to repeal and replace it with? And over the years, you never heard any answers. Even before Donald Trump, whenever they would say repeal and replace, there was never a replacement. There was never anything that Republicans brought forward that was anything like a health care plan that they was putting forward as policy that could be turned into a health care plan for Americans. Never, never, never. So the reason that I'm pointing this out is showing you how easily these fucking brain dead zombies can be manipulated with just talking points and rhetoric. Because now when the rubber hits the road at a presidential debate and you ask the ex-president, what is your plan? 12 fucking years later, the only thing that he can say is, I got a concept of a fucking plan.
He's still thinking. Tyrone, at least he's still thinking. Listen, some people say at least he's still thinking of a plan. He's still thinking 8 years later. He's still, coming up with some idea. But he doesn't have it just yet, as he's running for the third time. Is it the third time?
Yeah, I think this is number 3 for him.
He lost the second time. He won the first. Lost the second. Running the third. Done experience shit. He had 4 years in, then 4 years out to get it together to say, well, you know what? This guy is making a shithole of this country. Or right? As he says, they're destroying this country. And then it's time to come to the table or to the stage, the main stage, and they ask him, all right, so you ready to roll? All right. What's your plan? I got a concept.
I was just reading Frodo's comment. It said it's been 15 years since Obama was elected. And between 2009 and 2004, the Republicans never came up with a new health care plan. So what that made me think of is that they ain't really running against the health care plan. What they're running against is a black man's achievement. They're trying to tear down whatever the fuck Obama put in place. That's the whole thing. That every time you hear Donald Trump talking, he mentioned Obama's name, it's always Barack Hussein Obama, because it's racist. And that Affordable Care Act is something that a black man achieved for this country, and he wants to tear that down, even though he's running on tearing it down and don't have anything to replace it with. That was clearly evident whenever they asked him that speak. What is your goddamn plan? Now, I have a concept of a plan. The concept is not a motherfucking plan at all. So these goddamn Republicans are losing their mind right now because Kamala Harris spanked that ass in that debate. She did excellent. I noticed a couple of stumbles, but I'm not going to highlight that tonight. And I'm just going to tell you, like I told you last week, I'm not finna sit up here and throw rocks at Kamala Harris at all, because I want her to fucking win. I want her to beat the shit out of Donald Trump, because Donald Trump and the Republican Party do not need to be in charge of this country one more fucking time. They do not need that. I don't need to hear all of these fucking social media channels that's gonna pop up and be divisive and racist. And I don't need to see all of these policies in these states by these fucking Republican leaders that is going to divide the country with a Republican administration. That's just what's going to happen. It's just going to get more and more divisive. Fox News right now is bending over backwards to defend this idiot that made him lose $1 billion fucking dollars. How the fuck? Why the fuck is Fox News being so goddamn stupid and defending the motherfucker that caused them to lose money? It's because it's fucking racism, y'all. Racism don't have a dollar sign on it. It ain't got a price. It's ingrained in the souls of these raggedy ass white people and coons. It just exists, and they know that that's the agenda that they need to push. At whatever consequences or circumstances that happen, they got to push it. And that's why Fox News is still promoting Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump lies. He's bad for a fucking news organization. He's talking about eating fucking goddamn dogs. J.D. Vance is talking about childish cat ladies because it's racism. The white people are on this channel. If you're white, follow Fox. That's all the fuck they promoting over there at Fox. They can say whatever they want to say about policy. They can say all of this dumb shit about immigrants. They can say whatever the fuck they want to say about crime, but it's not about that because you're supporting a fucking criminal. You're supporting somebody who spent time at Jeffrey Epstein's island, fucking children. You don't give a shit about immigrants because Donald Trump's fucking wife is a goddamn immigrant. You don't care about none of that bullshit that you be saying that you stand for because Donald Trump exemplifies everything that you are fucking against. Everything immoral. The fucking goddamn family values. All that dumb shit. As a matter of fact, soon as they started talking about Haitians killing fucking animals, all of a sudden on Twitter, Donald Trump kids is in the jungles of Africa shooting goddamn lions and fucking elephants and killing them. I mean, so they don't give a shit about animals either. So they full of shit. It's about racism. When you pull back the goddamn covers and you look at why these people are fucking anti the democracy side and anti the Democrat side, they don't like gay people, they don't like black people, they don't like diversity, they don't like inclusion, they just don't like the idea of what America's melting pot really is. They don't like that. They want to be this white, conservative, all Christian. White. Yeah, that's what the hell they want. They don't give a shit about you. Look at what happened to Nikki Haley. She got kicked out on her ass. Look at what happened to Vivek Ramaswamy. He got kicked out on his ass. Look at what's happening to J.D. Vance's wife. Because she's Indian, they don't trust his ass. These motherfuckers don't give a shit. Who's this unknown caller?
Anthony, man.
What's up, Anthony?
Cool.
What you got, brother?
Oh, I didn't come in. You can go ahead. You was just introducing me, right? You gonna wrap it up?
Oh, I thought you had something to say. I'm just run off. You know me, man.
I do.
Go ahead.
No, I think the real time fact checking shit was they didn't have to do them like that. Well, if they were gonna do them like that, they should have did it to her as well. They should have did it to her as well because she told a lot of lies.
What lie did she tell?
That they could have did that to her as well. What do you say?
What lie did she tell?
January 6th.
He don't know. He doing talking.
Don't cut him
off.
No. On January 6th, she said some police died. They were injured, but no police died.
They did.
Well, that's a lie. Because police did die. See, you lying. All right. Yes, they did. Tyrone, can you?
Well, you said how many died?
The first time we met him, he came over here 10 years ago talking about Trump. He's still in this.
It's been that today. Long. It's been that long.
Yeah, it's been that long.
Okay, so
yeah.
So you saying ain't nobody down January the 6th, Anthony?
I mean, How many died? Is it plural?
He said, Tyrone.
I'm just listening to you, man. Go ahead. Howard.
He said no police died, and I'm telling him that's wrong. Police did die on that. They did die on that January 6th thing.
Let's look it up then, Howard.
Why haven't you looked it up? Did you look it up?
No, so they died. They didn't die that day, bro. Like one of them died. They had a stroke, bro. That wasn't that day, though.
They died that day. I said they died from shit.
Well, you're being disingenuous. We win an argument.
All right.
And the other one,
okay, so
the other one,
go ahead.
And the other one committed suicide. Like, what are you talking about? None of they didn't die. She lied on that
Donald
one.
Trump, cocksucker.
They could have did the same thing to her right there. Like, wait, what do you? That's not true.
Take the white cock out your mouth and let's talk.
Okay, so let's not. Come on, guys. Do we just have a regular conversation?
Biased, bro.
Well, he got a cock in his mouth, and
I don't give a shit about none of that stuff like that no more, man. Just if you're gonna have a conversation, have a conversation.
Not think they were going to do it.
You can't have a conversation with food. I tell you what. I'll have a conversation with him if he answers this question correctly, and I'll have a conversation with him. Here's the question. A dozen of donuts, 12 donuts, a dozen of donuts costs 12 cents. How many donuts can I buy for $1? If he can answer that question, I'll have a conversation with him, Tyrone. A dozen of donuts costs 12 cents. How many can I buy for $1? If he can answer that, we can have a conversation. If he can't answer that, put his ass on the short bus in the other room with them dumb niggas like we told you about last week.
What are we doing here, bro? And another thing she lied about.
Well, we giving your ass a litmus test to be on this line to be able to talk.
Okay.
A dozen of donuts cost 12 cents. How many can you get for $1?
I don't know, but what else you got to say, Anthony?
He lied about a lot of shit, bro. They could have called.
Tyrone, her. You talking to a short bus, big helmet nigga? Give him the litmus test.
Well, I'm just trying. Okay, let me just do this right here. I'm just trying to have a show where people can hear one person talk and one person hear. That is it. All this other stuff, that's all.
Don't no nigga want to hear a short bus nigga with a helmet on his head talking bullshit.
We could start somewhere. Let's start somewhere. What other things that you said that she said the lies for? So give me your list, dude, off top. 5 different things she lied about.
Made a claim that was inaccurate. She made a claim that was inaccurate by Trump. She said he was indicted for inciting violence on January the 6th, and that's not true.
He was indicted. Look at
that's one, but that indictment it's about conspiracy and obstruction, man.
Law.
Well, you gotta check. You gotta check the whole reason why he was indicted in D.C., bro. He was indicted.
Okay, so I got a question for you. I got a question. I got a question for Anthony. Anthony, so since did Donald Trump lie any?
Yeah, he lied.
What did Donald Trump lie about?
Well, my point. He put a lot of pseudo shit out there. I don't think he should have brought up a lot of things, but I'm saying when they did him like that in real time, they should have called her out as well, and I would be okay with it.
Well, Kamala Harris didn't say nothing.
When it's one-sided like that, you're undermining him in real time.
Okay, but what I'm trying to point to you is Kamala Harris did not say anything nowhere near as extreme as this.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So, but the people on television say their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Now, and I want people. Wait a minute, hold on for a second. I want the people to understand that is one of the first times that Donald Trump got fact checked. And what Anthony called in about was he was mad because Donald Trump was fact checked. Whenever you have I let you talk, nigga.
No. That's
okay,
the part I disagree with.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
But come on, Howard. Come on, man. What are you doing, man?
Ahead.
This is a show going on, bro.
Well, I want to hear him.
You a fucking idiot.
Go ahead, brother.
Oh, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, as crazy as it is, man. He didn't pull it out of his ass, bro. That was but he kind of mixed up the stories. That was a Haitian dude. That was a black dude talking about that Haitians were doing that. They were cutting off the heads of ducks. There's a video out there where a dude who's running for mayor right now, he got on camera and stated that, and Trump just picked that. He shouldn't have just ran with that. He didn't just pull it out of his ass, man.
Yeah, well,
no, I mean, listen, I
did
did my own research, and there was a video of a mentally ill person out that way that had killed a cat, and somehow or another that made it to social media about this lady was Haitian and she was eating. Wait a minute, hold on, man, come on, brother. That made it to social media about this lady was Haitian and she was eating the cat. That wasn't it. This lady there was something wrong with her, and
wrong.
Okay, why you?
I'm gonna put it in the chat, bro. You gonna play it?
Tyrone, you cannot talk to the short bus people.
Well, I don't know why y'all don't let me talk. Damn it! I be trying to explain stuff and y'all don't want to hear it. I tell you what, I'm gonna tell y'all who.
That's your boy Howard.
I'll let y'all know who y'all will listen to.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of
Tyrone, look in the chat, bro.
That was crazy.
Okay,
that was crazy.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Wait a minute. Hold on. I just opened Miss Elisa line. What's up, Miss Elisa?
Hi, Tyrone.
How you doing?
Don't let people come on. Hi, don't let people come on here spreading misinformation.
I be trying.
I think it's like kind of odd.
Well, Kamala
there you go, Sister Elisa.
Yeah, well, she said at the debate that she was there at January 6th. And she said, and what is it, 180 police officers were injured and 6 died. She didn't say they died that day. There was no need to fact.
Which is disingenuous and misleading.
Come on, y'all don't cut nobody off now. Hold on.
You interrupted, and she said, and 6 people died. She didn't say.
She did what Howard did.
Hold on, Anthony.
Are you going to allow me to finish? She said 6 people died. She didn't say 6 people died that day. No one said 6 police officers died that day. You came on here with that. 6 police officers. Allow me to finish.
I got him on mute. Anthony, you got to stand by. I was gonna get around to that, Elisa. I was gonna let him keep talking, and but go ahead. You can explain it. Go ahead.
6 police officers succumbed to their injuries. No one said they died that day. 6 police officers did die as a result of January 6th. I think 1 or 2 of them, somebody committed suicide.
And I said
hold on, Howard. Hold on.
I said they didn't die that day. I said that.
You didn't say that either. So you're being disingenuous. And also,
I'm not being disingenuous. I said they didn't die that day. I said you said they died.
She ain't saying you.
Hold on.
My bad.
She didn't say that either. And as far, Tyrone, whatever that is he sent you, don't play it because it's propaganda against Haitian
it'll
Americans.
It'll get you flagged.
Now, there was a woman, I think she was black, not in Springfield. You had reporters, go look it up, and whoever this is on the phone, go look it up. There was a woman, I think she was just a regular black woman, that was having a mental health issue, and she killed a cat. And it wasn't in Springfield. It was a town someplace else. Mm-hmm. And she wasn't an immigrant. She was an American.
Right.
And she was having a mental health issue, and she killed the cat and started eating it. Do you I'll just throw this out here to add a little piece to this. Do you remember the white boy in Florida that was having a mental health issue plus drugs, who when the police showed up, he was eating his neighbor's faces? People have mental health issues. She was an American. She was a registered voter. And she had a mental health issue. They arrested her and hopefully took her someplace to get her some help. They had the people that live there, you all are going off, and this is a sick, sad thing. They have
Do your thing, sister.
They have narrowed this thing down to who actually started this. I'm a curse, and y'all know I don't like cursing, but this shit makes me upset that you're out here demonizing Haitian people. They're not illegal. They are here legally. That group that's over in Springfield, Ohio, those people are here legally. The United States allowed them to come here because of the different things that went on in Haiti, and Biden extended their stay because after the government fell in Haiti. This is something that the United States do when people are seeking asylum. They let people come from all over, and you got people in blackface demonizing Haitians. The people have been demonized since they went to war against colonization and won that bitch. And you niggas are out here demonizing them. I don't normally talk like this, but this is infuriating that you're doing this. Those people are here, they're working, and they're paying taxes to help support y'all black asses. And this is what you do. The person who they narrowed this thing down to, that started this, is a goddamn neo-Nazi mofo that would wish y'all black asses dead if he had a chance to. And then you over here spreading this shit against those people who the United States played a big role in tearing down Haiti. And your black ass is over here on TRS with the bullshit. Stop it, black man. Stop it. You're pushing
He ain't black.
Nazi propaganda. Stop it.
Yeah, and that video that he's talking about, I seen that guy video, and Jay is right. I don't think YouTube is gonna allow me to play it, but I seen that video, Anthony. And he was talking about them going to the park. He was talking about them going to the park and somebody chopping the head off of ducks and something.
And you know, and with somebody, and the people who were running
Get
around
your ass up out of here, Judas Redemption. Get your ass up out of here.
Get his ass up out of here. With the swans, that wasn't even in Springfield, Ohio. You ought to be ashamed of yourself as a black man. Over here repeating and pushing neo-Nazi propaganda.
And a case like that lady, and that animal, that's a mental illness problem, and it should not have been. Should not have been turned to this political thing. That's crazy. That's to show you how sick this country is.
Get his ass up out of here, Tyrone. Hang up on his ass.
I just opened his line again, so I'm gonna give him a chance.
That's fine, but this just irritates.
Can I respond?
Wait a minute, hold on for a minute, Anthony.
What kind of a black person are you? What kind
let
of
her
a
finish.
black person are you that you will come over here and demonize those people like that because you are a Trump supporter? This is what MAGA does to you all.
What are you arguing right now?
Wait a minute, hold on for a minute.
I only put that out there to tell Tyrone where Trump got
it. I can hear one at a time. I'll let you talk when she finishes, but I can't do two at a time now. I can't do that no more. But go ahead, Elise.
I don't like to argue with people, but this really gets me to hear black people demonizing those people who their lives has been deplorable since they fought and won against colonization, something our black asses did not do here in the United States. And you all are out here pushing neo-Nazi propaganda. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You need to go look in a mirror someplace and start figuring out how you going to course correct as a black person. This is what, and I see too many black people online because they're MAGAs. This is what MAGA do to you. This is what MAGA has done to our people. They got you all jumping through no integrity hoops. They have you jumping through lying hoops. They have you jumping through disgraceful hoops. And here you are. Don't be that. Don't be that person that you're going to put neo-Nazi propaganda. And that is who they narrowed it down to. A group of neo-Nazis was protesting the Haitian immigrant population out there in Springfield because they didn't want them there. They didn't want them there. And what you all are doing, you allowing and helping to put a target on those people's backs. Now, all they want to do is work and feed their family, and they can't stay here always. They have to apply for citizenship, and they have to be granted citizenship. And I do thank President
Green
Biden
card
for extending their stay after their government fell. But I do give him kudos for extending their stay. Those people just want to live, and the world has prospered. The world has completely destroyed Haiti because they fought against colonization and won.
Yes, ma'am.
As a black person, you're doing this. Don't be that person. Don't be that. Don't want to be that. Be MAGA. No. Be a conservative. Don't be MAGA. Because look what it got y'all doing. Don't do that. Don't put targets on these people's backs. Don't do that. They don't deserve that. Don't put
goddamn fool.
Don't do that. Don't be that. Be bigger than that. Be better than that. And I believe you can be better than that. I don't like to argue with people.
No, he can't. He ain't smart enough. He can't. He can't do it.
Anybody can be better than that. Don't demonize them. Don't put targets on their back. Because J.D. Vance asked about that. You know you're putting targets on these people's back. Don't do that. Don't help them do that. Don't do that to them.
He ain't smart enough.
Well, Alisa is making a good point because y'all see what happened to the Asians whenever the virus was around. And all it took with Donald Trump, to call it the China virus, and next thing you know, people started, harassing and bullying the Asian. And then now, if you're Haitian, then now you're gonna get, categorized as
a target.
Yeah.
A target put on your back. Don't do that. Don't do that, Tyrone. Don't allow that over here. Don't allow that over here.
Well, I'm just trying to have a conversation. I was going to correct him, but, you and Howard got to him before I do it. I was going to tell him about January the 6th and those people who died later and all of that, but,
I'm sorry that I had to go.
No, you're fine.
This whole week, and I don't like to curse and carry on like this, but this whole week, seeing black people who are MAGA, be conservative. If you want to say you're Republican, if you want to walk the beat of your own different drums, do that. I'm for that. I voted Republican. But don't be MAGA. Don't be MAGA. Say you're conservative. Don't use MAGA talking points because it's destroying you. It's destroying us. And it's just about to take this country off a cliff. Don't be that. Say, I'm a conservative. I'm a Republican. I'm an independent. Don't use MAGA talking points. Don't put targets on those people's backs. Don't do that to them. They've had enough done to them since they fought and won against colonization. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be better. I believe you can be better. I do. I believe you can be better than that.
Yeah, and all it is since the election is getting close, black people has always been a target politically. So if they can find a way to demonize any demographic of black people, that they will. So right now they're demonizing the Haitians. And it'll be easy to associate other black people with Haitians. It's just basic racism that is getting played. But Anthony, your mic is open.
Hey, can I, bro? You let her go on. She's pretty much on a loop right now.
Okay, because she helps me host. Do you help me host? You gonna help me host?
And the whole diatribe that she went on, she missed the whole context of what I was saying, bro. Key points. Trump didn't pull it out of his ass. And I gave you where he got it. That was all I was doing, bro. And I told you that he mixed up the stories. I wasn't putting it out there to make, like, what are you talking about? My argument
Yes, you
was
were.
something about hold on. Come on, man. You went 30 minutes. My whole argument was what Kamala said.
I'll go an hour.
Okay. I'm gonna
short bus ass nigga.
Okay, I'll respond with audio, and you let me know if this was misleading or not.
Our nation's capital, to desecrate our nation's capital. On that day, 140 law enforcement officers were injured, and some died. And
she could have said ultimately some died, or she could have used the word ultimately or anything to let them know that, hey, they didn't die that day.
Okay,
well,
hold on.
Y'all know
listen.
you into the short bus room.
Hold
he ain't making no.
Not Howard, but Anthony, listen. Let's not be stupid. We heard what she said, and I agree exactly what she said. She said some died. You know, our nation was fucking whatever that day, and some died. That is the truth. I got a fucking YouTube page, a website giving you the numbers. I just put it over here on the screen. Of people who died as a result of January the 6th, Anthony. That's a real thing. Ashley Babbitt died on that day, but as a result, Brian Sicknick died, and there was another police officer. What's his name? Jeffrey Smith, and here's one, Howard Linton Good. These police officers died as a result of January the 6th, man. That's just a fact. It's almost like going to war, and then you coming home, and then you succumbing to your death, whether it be PTSD or some type of mental illness or whatever. After the fact, whenever you get into something traumatic like that, then something takes your life. That's all that happened with those people on January the 6th. Because otherwise, they would have been living with their families. If it wasn't for January the 6th, Brian Sicknick would still be alive. So January the 6th happened, and then, you know, this guy passed away as a result of that, Anthony. Let's just not be stupid, you know. And I hope you don't get stuck.
Why you gotta keep putting me on? Why you gotta keep putting me on mute
because
like
you
that,
won't,
though, bro?
You won't let me talk.
Like I know you're being biased. I'm kicking your ass right now.
Nigga, he just muted me. He muted me too.
I muted Howard.
The way she put it, bro. The way she put it, bro. The way she put it. Hold on, Howard. The way she put it, she's implying they died that day, bro.
Okay, well, that's what you heard. That ain't what everybody else heard. So let's move past that point.
I can run it back. Can I run it back?
No, we disagree.
No,
we disagree. We disagree with what we hear. We disagree.
Those they died from strokes and suicide, bro.
Right.
Not that day.
Move on from the short bus, nigga, man.
Okay. Let's do this. Let me find out who this caller. Wait a minute. Let me find out who this caller is. Let me find out who this caller.
My whole point was they could have called. They could have how they did Trump. They could have did her like that as well and tell her that's not true.
Okay, so let me find out who.
Stop licking the desk, nigga, and just be quiet.
Okay, damn it. Listen, I'm gonna let your boss talk to you.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats.
Who's this unknown caller?
That's me.
Hey, what's up, Big OC?
Oh my God! All of these. Let me get up out of here, bro. There's too many Democrats.
Why is Anthony calling us Democrats?
No, you need to get the fuck out of here because you dumb as fuck.
Hold on, we got to do one at a time. Come on, guys, we got to let people.
I'm on point. What do you mean?
Listen, y'all got to realize.
The audio. That was the primary, bro. What do you mean?
Listen, y'all got to realize that people on YouTube are listening, and we can't talk all at the same time. So let Big OC speak, please.
I just, I listen sometimes. And it's not that I'm against one and for the other, but what I do want to know is, can I get a new argument? You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like people even take that spin room. You know, after the debate, they go into the spin room, right? And it seems like every Republican came out of there with the 3 verse 1. It was 3 people verse 1. They were fact checking. They were fact checking Donald Trump. No, it's not that you're fact checking Donald Trump. It's just that you said some shit that sounds so goddamn crazy.
No, you
that
do that
how
in the
can I
post
really
debate,
let it
bro.
slide?
Hold on, let him get it out. Come on, Anthony. We heard you. Let him get it out.
Post debate shit.
Anthony, the man said they're eating dogs, man. Come on, that needed to be fact checked.
Man, Tyrone, can you put this nigga back on his little ass bus
hold on.
and send him home?
Hold on. Go ahead,
please.
Oh, now you want to get rid of me?
What happens is,
Because nigga, you dumb. You stupid as fuck. You dumb.
Well, you haven't debunked anything, nigga. You was being disingenuous.
Okay, are y'all gonna let Big O? Okay, listen. See, this is why I'm muting Anthony.
What do you
Howard,
mean? You're a dumb nigga.
Y'all ain't got no discipline. Let Big OC finish with what he said.
So now you mad.
Okay, so I'm not gonna let y'all argue. Go ahead, Big OC. Jesus.
So yeah, like I said, I'm just looking for just new arguments.
Mm-hmm.
I know me individually. I know I'm not voting for Trump. Regardless, I've seen enough. You know, sometimes it's like people say, "Why ain't you voting for Trump?" I could tell you in my mind there's a million reasons. Can I point them out to you? It's so damn hard because there's so many. It gets to the point where I just know I'm not voting for him because I followed enough and seen enough to where I ain't even gonna bring up the shit that he says. It just makes no sense. And I take what he says seriously. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, you know how Trump is. Oh, it's he's being sarcastic. He's being this." Nah, this is too serious of a position to always be playing. So I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
That is your right.
Plan. And Anthony,
shut your dumb ass up.
You know what? I am going to mute both of y'all until Big OC finish, because this is some bullshit. I'm not no fucking goddamn teacher. I'm not your parent. Listen, y'all don't know how to shut the fuck up and let the man talk. Go ahead, Big OC. Jesus Christ.
Listen,
I'm too old for this.
All I want from Anthony is him to give me three Trump policies. That's it, and I'll shut the fuck up.
All right. There is a request on the floor, Anthony. 3 policies from Donald Trump. Can you do that, sir?
Man, I'm so tired of being muted, bro.
Well, just shut the fuck up. Now you got a chance to talk.
Well, then shut your dumb ass up
Howard,
and get your ass.
See, he just got muted. See, but can you give 3 Trump policies like Big OC just asked for?
Why is it necessary?
I don't know. Big OC, he said, why is it necessary?
If you're for the man, I just want to know what you're for.
Okay, that's a good point.
Probably. It's okay. It's okay.
Probably immigration and border control.
You're lying. Niggas don't be fucking thinking about no goddamn immigration. In particular places, yes. But for the most part, man, that's your main issue. Living in Georgia.
So if you push them out, it could, yeah.
So you're seeing that. Which immigrants are you seeing in Georgia? Where you at? You in Georgia, right?
I'm looking.
Louisiana.
Am I in Georgia?
What immigrants are you seeing where you at?
I'm seeing a lot.
What?
Okay.
Which one?
What do you mean? Which one?
Like what country they from?
Okay, Tyrone, I'm good. I'm good, Tyrone.
All right, well, I appreciate that, Anthony. But I can help you out. I can help you out with Trump policies, right? Because he said it in the debate last night when it came to healthcare. He said that he got a concept of a healthcare program, which means he don't have any goddamn policies, Anthony. I mean, Go ahead.
When you're not president, that's all. What Kamala, her plans are only concepts until she's president. That's all it is. It's conceptual, bruh.
No, actually, if you go to Harris, okay.
So Trump was right on that. He only has a concept. He's not president. He was right.
Can I talk about that? Hold on.
Let Jay New York go. Go ahead, Jay.
Listen, they asked him a specific question about the medical, right? Medicare and Obamacare. So, right, so what happened with him was he said that he had something better, but then he never implemented it and kept Obamacare, but he kept talking about Obamacare but never came up with anything different, right? Or didn't go backwards and put in place what was prior to Obamacare, which means that Obamacare was probably the best thing that was there, because even if them going backwards to the Republican shit prior to Obamacare was not better than Obamacare. Meanwhile, this was a disaster, and he didn't come up with a plan. So what they asked him was, does he have a plan now from the 9 years, right, since all this been going on, and he ran for office, won, and then lost, and then again, here we are again, right, specifically. And he said he had concepts for it. Well, for what I understand, that at least for Harris and Biden, if anything, they said, all right, we're going to leave. Obamacare is good, or is or we can't get to the next step to it. We can try to change it up and fix it up as much as possible. But they actually, if anything, they did did some type of work on it, right? And again, if they left it alone, they left it alone. So what I think is that they don't have a concept. She has a concept. She has the ideas already there. It's just moving forward with it.
It's all theoretical.
Trying to come with no. I'm talking about what he explained. What he explained is that he's still coming up with different ideas. She has something ready to go.
That can mean the idea is there, bro. But until he's president, it's only a concept, bro.
Well, before y'all go, hold on. Everybody got to.
I think.
Wait a minute. Can I please listen?
Jay,
Okay.
Tyrone. They act like he wasn't.
Okay. Let me just do this right here first, Elisa. Well, let me do this first. All you have to do is go to KamalaHarris.com, and then right here where it says issues, click on issues. And once you click on issues, you scroll down, and all of her plans is on this website. And it starts with build opportunities for economic and lower costs for families. And then you click on these little fold-outs, and it goes into details about all of her plans. And then if you go to the next category, it says safeguard the fundamentals of freedom. It's got 2 of them there. You go on down to the next one. It says ensure safety for justice for all. It's got all of these plans on her website for president. So whenever you said that she don't got plans, she do got plans. And Donald Trump's website, and I will pull that up in a second, is so vague, and it don't go into detail like you see here on Kamala Harris' website, that he really doesn't have any plan. His plan was a Project 2025 agenda, but he don't want to promote that. But go ahead, Elisa, and I'll pull up Donald Trump's website.
Because I read through all of it. Their plan is to, as far as Obamacare is concerned, their plan is something that should have been done a long time ago. They intend to expand it, to put more money into it, and putting more money into it, and it's also trying to work with Big Pharma they're going to try to work with Big Pharma to negotiate drug prices and things like that, which will help Obamacare. So that's one of the things that they're going to do, but their plan is to expand it. Now, I'll tell you why Trump only says he has a concept. You don't remember, but I do. When Trump was running for president, when he first put the election that he won, he ran on, we have a plan that's going to be better than Obamacare. We have a plan that's going to be this. Yes, he did.
Like never before.
It was a big, beautiful. Remember, big, beautiful.
Don't tell me. Don't say no, because you're the one that's uninformed. He ran that campaign on. We have a plan for Obama. We have a plan for health care. We're going to get rid of Obamacare because it's the worst, it's the this, it's the that. And we have a plan where we're going to be able to provide health care for this, that. When Donald Trump was elected, they never had a plan. They lied to everybody. Their plan was to kill Obamacare, take it away. Somebody's phone is making noise. Their plan was just to get rid of Obamacare, just get rid of it, and replace it with what? Nothing. And if you remember, Tyrone, what is that noise in the background? Somebody's phone is messing up. And when they had to vote on the Hill that night, whether or not to repeal Obamacare and get rid of it and snatch that health care away from millions of people who were relying on it, who was the person that voted, we're not going to do that? John McCain. Trump did not Obamacare. They tried to get rid of it, and they were voted down. John McCain was the deciding vote. So you're uninformed because you don't remember any of that. Trump ran his campaign that they had a plan. So why is he now, 12 years later, talking about, I got a concept? He said he had a plan back then. They were supposed to fine-tune it so he could tell it at the debate the other night. He doesn't have a plan. He never had a plan. They never intended to do anything about it. They intended to just take it away and replace it with nothing. So get informed. This is whom you're supporting. Get informed on this stuff. You're uninformed.
All right, and then Donald Trump's website is just a bunch of bullet points right here. As y'all can see, it's just like vague. Seal the border, stop immigrant migrations, carry out the largest deportation operation in American history. Carry out the largest deportation. Listen, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay.
11 million, Tyrone. He's going to deport 11 million.
This is on his presidential website. So he's going to deport people out of the country. Okay, say end inflation and make America affordable plan. But it's just bullet points. When you compared to Kamala Harris's website, you can see that she got
a breakdown.
Yeah, she got numbers and stuff. So
they got a breakdown.
Yeah, whenever you say that he got a plan, Anthony, he don't have a plan, brother. So I just want to let you know. Just read a little bit. Your mic is open now.
I was on mute the whole damn time. I was okay.
Yeah, you probably talking.
Well, even before he goes, I just want to say this. Just
bro,
before he goes.
I've been trying to get in there, bro. Hold on, bro.
Look, real quick. It's like going to do a contract for a building, right?
Bro.
And listen, hold on. And everybody that is a construction company, right? And I come in, you come in with what's your plan, right? It says, okay, you got a blueprint, and I don't have a blueprint.
Can you hear me, Ty?
I'm telling you, I have real quick. Listen. We trying to get a contract. This guy's gonna pay us to make a building, and the day comes where you gotta present your plan, right? And you say, well, I don't have the blueprint ready, but I got a concept of the building. Meanwhile, the other guy comes in with the blueprint, showing you the building constructed, what materials he's gonna use, and everything in place. That's what happened. She came prepared, he came unprepared, and he's been unprepared for 8+ years. That's all.
Now let Anthony go. Go ahead, Anthony.
Bro, y'all are missing the whole point. What you're not getting, man, like plans, like in that context, plans. If you're not president, the plans are concepts, bro. Because until a person becomes president, they lack the authority to enact those plans. So what she has, they're only concepts. So why are you making it sound like he said something wrong? It is. She only has concepts until she's president.
No, you don't understand plans and concepts. I see that now.
Oh my God, so, you're wrong. How about you
is ideas, but it's not solid.
Yeah, she can't enact them until she's president.
Sir.
Come on.
No. Hold on. It's coming to the table with your plan to talk about it then and there. So, all right. So
so this is what we're gonna do. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to move past the word concept because, Anthony, you don't understand the definition of concept.
I do. Y'all need to look it up. In this context, bro, it's only a concept because she can't enact them right now.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I am above arguing over the fucking definition of the word concept because you don't get it. You just don't make no sense.
I mean, I'm just trying to, I'm just calling it out in real time like they did Trump. You're wrong.
Oh, you fact checking, huh?
Yeah.
Fact check
Fox News.
Fact check this.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating.
Can you fact check that? But see,
Tyrone, open up my motherfucking line.
You're weird.
Howard, your mic is open, brother. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
He's drunk. He's drunk right now.
Okay, well, we ain't finna get into all of that. So y'all just calm down.
Oh, now you see how niggas want to slander people when he
Howard, you've been calling that man names all night.
Slander right there because I'm not.
I'm not slandering him. He's dumb as fuck.
Howard, you've been calling that man names all night. Y'all calm down. I'm telling y'all to calm down.
It's the difference between calling names and telling the truth.
He's dumb. He's proven he's dumb as fuck for like 6 years on the line.
Listen, we just had a very important.
All night, you just being disingenuous, bruh.
We just had a very
All right,
important.
Tyrone, go ahead. I'm gonna go back on mute. I thought I was
like, bruh. Okay.
I thought I wasn't on the thing. I go back on mute. Thank you, brother.
Okay.
Dumb
ass nigga Anthony, though. You dumb as fuck.
Right. I played the
Stay on
audio
your knees,
implying
stay on your knees for that white man. Recognize you on your knees.
And y'all didn't want to hear it.
Stay on your knees for that white man. Recognize you on your knees for that white man.
Right.
You
Listen,
go
y'all gotta
jump
take this
through
shit somewhere
Cheerio
else.
hoops and everything to make it make sense.
Okay,
but it's never gonna make sense because it can't make sense. You dumb. Dumb people don't make sense. So you continue to talk and try to convince people of the dumb shit you saying, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
All right.
You dumb.
So listen, can we talk about something else besides calling each other names, because that always goes
look,
to another
I just say this. Back to concept. I know you don't want to touch on this, but concept, we know that is an idea. What she's saying is she got a plan. Now, a plan is like, again, I come to the table, you come to the table. I have ideas, but it's nothing set forward right now. Not to say that it's going to be implemented today. The point is that we come to the table, she has a set up plan and breaks it down. Look, this is what we're going to do on day one. Then you ask me, and I'm like, well, I got a bunch of ideas, but I don't have nothing solid. You got to narrow it down to something. All those concepts are great ideas, but it got to be narrowed down to something, and then you got to say, this is what I'm going to do, and it better work.
But no, it goes beyond that, Jay. It goes beyond that, because it goes back to when the Affordable Care Act was first implemented, and they was talking about repeal and replace, which means that they've never actually had anything in writing on paper that was a plan that they could replace the Affordable Care Act with. Donald Trump came into presidency. He had 4 years to actually sit down and come up with something to replace the Affordable Care Act with. He became the president. He didn't have it then. He's not the president no more. And he's being asked about this supposed plan. And he actually admits the truth is that he doesn't have it. He just have a concept. And that's what should open Anthony's eyes and said, okay, so all this time, these people ain't never had anything.
Have one.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And the thing is, when you have a plan, people, like you were saying, Jay, when you have a plan, people want to know, how are you going to do it?
Break it down.
Break it down. How are you going to do it? What are you going to use? We're going to do this. We're going to get the money from here. We're going to do this. And then what we're going to do, if we tax to this, we're going to take. That's a plan. Because people are going to want to know, like you build that building, like Jay was just saying. They want to know how. Your materials, what's your manpower, how much is it going to cost, how much is this. They want everything broken down, your proposal of your plan. A concept is an idea.
Right.
So once you get that,
that's like ideas flowing. Those are ideas flowing.
Hey Jay, can I ask Sister Lisa a question? Can you guys break down the difference between a concept and a plan for those hard-head Negroes in the back?
I can read the definition. That's the best I'm gonna do. Because my head gonna hurt.
You might have to go into that.
Go ahead, sister. That will suffice.
I will read the definition because I don't want my head to hurt. A concept.
And again, and I would say, before she even said that, it's just
y'all sit back. Well, we go back to third grade for Anthony. Nah, I'm playing.
Ideas for me is ideas flowing.
I'm playing.
But nothing solid. It's just ideas, but nothing solid.
A concept is an abstract or a generic idea generalized from particular instance. So it's an idea. That's a concept. Now we'll say, what is a plan? Look that up.
A plan is a detailed proposal. That's what a plan is. Like
right, and then an idea is just you popping out your head. You popping up with a concept. You know what? I think this is good, but that's not solid. That's not a plan.
I got plenty of ideas on how to do stuff, but I don't have no plan.
Yeah. Thank you, Tyrone. Exactly. Thank you, Tyrone and Elisa, and I hope that the short bus nigga with the big helmet understood
Man, stop calling
that.
names, man. That's why shit get all whack. Jesus Christ, calm
I
down.
ain't calling names. I mean, look, that ain't a name. A short bus nigga with a helmet, that ain't a name.
Okay, what is it then?
That's a
Now
tag.
we go.
That's a tag, nigga. Let's look up those definitions, names and tags. That's tag. Hashtag short bus nigga with a helmet on. That's
But
hashtag.
I think Kamala Harris presented herself ready to be president after that debate. You know, like I said, I had a little question before, but I can see now after that debate on how she handled herself. I think America is ready for the first woman president, and I hope the rest of America see that because she's the one to actually take the hams right now. You know, because her competition.
Yeah.
That guy is talking about eating dogs and shit like that. You know, that just ain't a thing.
I'll take it further.
No,
I believe she don't deserve. He didn't even deserve to be on that platform with her. He was not even worthy.
And she took command of that stage soon as she walked out there. He tried to swerve around behind his podium, and she went directly to him and she introduced herself. And that shows you that she took.
Scared.
She took charge.
He was.
Yep.
He was scared. And I mean, how anybody will feel assured enough to vote for this person? We have had, over 10 years of hearing this man running for president. And Jay, you from New York, the average person, I didn't, but New Yorkers knew how dumb Donald Trump was. That's what I was hearing. And a lot of people, when he was running, was saying, from New York, was saying, wait till y'all get a load of him. The world really, because we saw him on The Apprentice, and I never cared for him, but once he got on the big stage and he was really running, when they were out debating and doing the things, you really couldn't tell. You just knew he was boisterous and loud and sort of bullyish. But once the thing got really serious, then people were like, oh my God, I had no idea Donald Trump is this, he's really this dumb. This dude is extremely delayed. That's when it hit me. But New Yorkers have been saying it the whole time. People who were used to him making the rounds, they were like, where do y'all get a load? Because they were telling us how dumb he is. I was shocked at how delayed that Donald Trump was. I had no idea he was that dumb. And his handle on the English language, his vocabulary is a lot, such and such. Yeah, it's a lot. And the wording that he used is someone in middle school. I was very shocked at how unintelligent he was. And so was everyone else. We just saw him on TV. And I don't see how anyone would feel safe. And this is the thing about MAGA. They know that Donald Trump is dumb. They know this, but they don't care. They don't care.
Well,
they know
Sister Elisa, do you think this is the last, or maybe not the last, because it will always be, but do you think that this is one of those things where they're trying to they want that white supremacy to come up, and he is the vehicle to get it done. He's the vehicle. He can say, I never read Project 2025. That's probably the most truthful thing he said on the debate, because I damn sure know he don't read. That's the most truthful thing. I ain't read it. But he don't have to read it. He's the vehicle to make that come to fruition. That's why they backing his ass.
I agree with you. And why black people are voting him or are supporting him is really nonsensical. Donald Trump, a lot of white men, and a lot of white men can't stand him too. But the white men who do like him, and you talk about these yeehaws and ignorance and the ones with money, and it's a whole spectrum, whole different group of them. A lot of them look at him as their last chance, their last stand. Because I heard a white billionaire say it. He's our last chance to be able to hold our ground, to be in charge of that. And it's one because someone asked this billionaire, "You're so smart, you're so this." You know that Donald Trump is not a smart man. You know he has no business in this position. Why are you supporting him? He said, I'll tell you the truth. He said, a lot of us white men, me, myself included, we know he's not smart. We know he's dumb. We know that he doesn't have an idea what he's doing. But a lot of us look at it that he's our last chance, our last chance at our hurrah before it gets away from us. And that man told the truth.
That's what it's about, racism.
Out loud.
Yep.
That's what it's about. And why black
Yeah,
people
that's why I asked the question.
That's the answer. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question. I knew the answer, but it's some of our people that they close their eyes to all this shit and say, well, what have the Democrats done for black? They don't realize the play that's going on the other hand is we finna get some white supremacy up in this motherfucker.
Well, that's all this animal thing is about, Howard. I mean, yeah, it's gross and it's terrible, but if you look at it, they pointed the finger right at a group of black people and saying that they're they're savages. They're eating our pets. That's all they did.
But
you know,
Tyrone, my whole argument coming on was to highlight. My whole argument was to highlight. My whole argument was to highlight that Kamala lied as well.
No, she didn't.
And y'all didn't want to deal with it. How are we back? Yeah, you don't want to hear the audio. I have a primary here that you don't want to hear.
We heard it, Anthony. We disagree. I disagree.
That is a misleading statement there, though.
We disagree with what we heard because I mean people did die of January.
Can I play it one more time and I'll hang up?
Go ahead. Go ahead and play it.
Let the people decide, bro.
Yeah, let the people decide.
Nation's capital. To desecrate our nation's capital. On that day, 140 law enforcement officers were injured, and some died. And understand.
She was supposed to clean it up right there. Like,
okay.
Why? Some died. Well,
I'm giving you a chance to explain. Let him explain. Go ahead.
On that, the way she said it is implying they died that day, bro. That's misleading, man.
No, it's not. No.
Okay. Okay. Like I said, we disagree with what we just heard.
Right now.
Huh?
Hey, Andy, the thing about it is this story's been beaten in the head. So when you say she's implying something, we all know the people that died. We can look it up and see how they died. If you shoot me Thursday, Anthony, and I die Saturday, don't say it's not because of the bullet.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Shot, bro. Dude died.
That's not the point, Anthony.
It doesn't matter if you're shot. Something traumatic could have happened to him. They kicked it off for him to have a stroke. You know, because remember, them dudes were getting pepper. Listen, Anthony, they were getting pepper sprayed. They were getting hit off.
They was getting squashed by humans.
Their body could have went in the shock, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why you're downplaying it.
Well, the point is that
go back and see what was happening to the police.
She was supposed to say some people. She was supposed to say ultimately people died due to that or something. She wasn't just. Come on, bro, y'all.
Okay, but listen, like I said, with that audio, Anthony, we disagree. We disagree on what we heard.
It happens to be the cause why multiple officers died later on down the road.
Okay, but she didn't say it. She didn't say it. She didn't say it. But we know when those people died.
That's all I'm saying is that's misleading, and they could have called that out as well.
Okay, can you call this out? Can you call this out?
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Can you call that out? What's up, Miss Antoinette? You there, Miss Antoinette? Hello. I know I opened your line.
Oh, Tyrone.
Go ahead.
Well, let me say this. Anthony.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, let Elisa finish, and then you go right to her.
Okay.
Anthony needed her to say it that way for him.
Well, I understood.
We understood. So how about that, Anthony? Can we agree on that?
Short bus.
Needed her to say that for you.
He got that helmet on. That shit ain't gonna work.
Specific.
Well, and not only that, he's probably the only one calling it out besides some dumbass right wing people.
Is it possible? Let me know. Is it possible?
He got that.
Let me know. Is it possible?
That helmet is.
Let me know.
That helmet is it possible
on that bus? Let me know. If it, can Trump do the same thing and it'd be all right?
What Trump talking about eating dogs? Okay, let me get Miss Antoinette.
Trump stated the same shit that people that
He on his
But
line.
listen, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Listen, Trump lied. Shut up. Trump lied about January the 6th when he said he was the fucking president, moron. He said that he told Nancy Pelosi and the governor or the mayor of fucking goddamn DC that he was going to call in. That was a fucking lie, Anthony. He's the commander in chief. He's the one that's in charge of the military. He the one that sit on his ass and did not do a goddamn thing while his fucking capital in the United States was being attacked. He didn't do a goddamn thing, but he lied and said it was Nancy Pelosi's responsibility. So those are the fucking lies that need to be called out, Anthony. This whole bullshit about Kamala Harris lying and said somebody died. Somebody did die. But they died because of January the 6th. Ashley Babbitt died on that day. Gee, everybody know that. God damn. What's up, Miss Antoinette?
Why
She was, at the end of the day, she was supposed to clear that up, bro. Because they didn't die. They were talking about January. They were talking about January the 6th, man.
Okay.
Not 3 weeks later
Okay,
or
this
whenever they
motherfucker.
died.
You one of them.
I told your ass to make it clear that they didn't die that
Okay,
day,
I'm
bro.
trying to speak to Miss Antoinette, so we disagree.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Antoinette. How you doing?
Hi, hello. I'm well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm all right.
Okay, now listen very carefully to what I'm going to say before you leap. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, look, Donald Trump, if what he says is true, is a genius. Now, let me tell you why. Keep in mind, he said if he ran for president, he would run as a Republican because they're dumb. What has he been proven since his presidency that the Republicans are dumb? Because they're following him blindly. Now, for someone who could think of it and do it to prove that, you have to admit to get a whole to the people, Republicans, to follow him proves that they'll follow anything and anybody. So he doesn't have any real meaning as a president because he's a lunatic. To me, he has mental issues. And that's what I wanted to say.
But I agree with you. I mean, if he
thank you, sister.
Like you said, he is a genius at playing the dumbass Republican Party and getting what he wants politically. Because I mean, he got all the power on that side. He's taken over the party completely. He's got them giving him money, and he can say and do anything, even accuse humans of eating animals. And these motherfuckers, and they won't say shit. They will not say nothing. That man literally said in a presidential debate that people are eating dogs and cats.
Play it.
And we ain't. I mean,
in the debate.
Yeah, and
motherfuckers said it in a presidential. You need to repeat in a presidential.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So
taking this from
but
television.
the people on television saying their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
That's a former president, and they ain't nobody calling this motherfucker out for this. Anthony on here defending some dumb shit. I can't believe it. This motherfucker can say, and Antoinette, you're absolutely right. That man can say and do anything to these dumbass people.
Tyrone, let me ask you a question. What policy was that he was tying that into? Do anybody know?
Oh, immigration. They were talking about immigration.
Immigration.
Yeah, they
it
were
was
talking
doing
about
the immigration. Okay.
The policy of human beings not eating pets in America.
Yep. And you know, and the fact that he tied it to a certain demographic should make anybody eyes raised when he said specifically Haitians. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Well, Anthony loved that shit.
Hey Tyrone, I was talking to someone from Ohio in that area, and she said that was not true. He said that there was no one eating animals.
No.
Their pets were
They
not
took,
taken.
like, I think Elisa seen it. They took a news incident where this mentally ill lady killed a cat or something, and then they that turned around, and then this guy got on YouTube talking about chopping off the head of ducks, and then they try to mix all of that shit in there, and then they said it's the Haitians that's doing it. I'm like, okay, y'all nuts.
Well, Tyrone, let me ask you, where's Sarge at? I want to know. You can't hide this long, nigga. You need to come up with that. You got your first grade student in here talking.
You can already guess what he's going to do. He's just, it don't matter if Sarge came on. I mean, Trump can say anything. These people going to defend it. And Sarge is one of those people.
They're going to defend it.
Yeah, it don't.
It doesn't matter. They're going to defend it.
Like Trump.
And what it was, that was some of their own people got upset with the fringe part. Some of these Republican pundits, one of them was even cursing. He's like, you all start up those stupid lies, and knowing that once he hear about it, that he's going to repeat it. But I'm going to be honest, I had heard about this when I first heard that this was going on, and when the debate, I was like, I wonder if he, and when he kept going, I said, oh my God, he's going to say it. This man, an ex-president of the United States, he's running to be commander-in-chief, repeated fringe, repeated something fringe gossip on the main stage for other leaders and people all around the world. And when the moderator was trying to help clean it up, we have talked to the people there, former President Trump, and they said that there is no. Well, they're eating the pad, and he just doubled down. Bill O'Reilly was livid on Fox News.
But the
News was even saying
livid on Fox News. I mean, they called Trump a new asshole.
But
he was up on the stage repeating that. They were livid.
What brought that on was when Howard just asked, I just remembered, is that Kamala Harris was talking about Donald Trump killing that bill that they agreed on for immigration. So instead of him responding to the reporter about killing that bill, that's when he went into that rant about the dogs and the cats.
No, he brought up. No, she said, because she said, I'm gonna invite you all to do something. When she brought up crowd size, she knew.
Oh, that ticked him off.
Yeah, that got him angry too.
That went to the dogs and the cats.
The moderator said, I'm going to let you respond, Mr. President. He said, but I want to ask you, what about the bill? He was like, no. I want to respond to crowd sizes. He was like, but Mr. President, I want to ask you. No, I want to respond to this crowd size.
She was pushing his buttons.
She turned and looked, and she said, I got him.
She was pushing his buttons left and right.
So Lisa, you right. She said, I got his ass.
I got him. And then he just went berserk, and he repeated fringe crap on the main stage for the whole world to say Americans are dumber.
You know what else?
They was dumb.
You know what else insulted me? You know what else insulted? Let me say this right quick. Let me say this. What else insulted me is how he was, and I'm not no Biden fan or nothing, but I'm talking about the president's of the office of the president of the United States, how he keeps publicly insulting the president. As a soldier, that is something you cannot do. You cannot talk shit about your commander-in-chief. You cannot talk shit about the president of the United States. But Donald Trump constantly talks shit about the president of the United States, and nobody's calling his ass out. But let me check this line first, Howard, and then I get you. Who's this unknown caller?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
All right, hold on. Let me check this other line, too. Who's this other line?
It's Anthony, bro. Can I get a point in? Because I know Joe's going to go in.
Well, hold on, Anthony. You got to get in line
talk about Brian Sicknick.
Look at it. Hitting his head against the window.
Why you can't wait? Okay. All right, so who was trying to go? Howard was trying to go, Joe, and then
I was gonna be quick.
I just wanted to bring up the point to Elisa and you about one of my favorite parts of the debate,
and I'll make it quick. When he was talking about these guys, you know, and you're a thing, I fired this guy. I fired this. You know, he brought up a whole lot of people that he fired him. I fired this and that. And Kamala looking at it, and then it went to a question or two later, maybe about 5 minutes later. She said, that's why your ass got fired by 81 million people. That nigga, the look on his face, he was hot. If he didn't have that orange makeup on, you would have seen the red. I promise you. He was hot. And I just wanted to say that was my favorite part of the debate, when Donald Trump was big up in how he fired this person, fired that person, blah, 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 blah. And then she went on in retort or in response
Lindsay, thank you.
to
We
say,
have an
hey,
election in just
81
56
million
days.
motherfuckers
And
fired
I want to talk
your
about the
ass.
peaceful
So
transfer.
I thought that
Hey,
was...
Tyrone, can I get in there? I know Joe's gonna go a little while. I just want to throw something in there, bro, and I'm going
in a moment
of Brian Sicknick of Capitol Police. He died the day after January 6th, right, from a stroke, which a medical examiner later ruled were due to natural causes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
so
you. Thank
appreciate
you for
it.
that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank
bro.
you.
So it had nothing to do with January the 6th.
Okay,
Well,
Anthony, you're the only person in this on this planet that said that Brian Sicknick didn't die from January the 6th. And if you want to go forward thinking like that,
A medical examiner ruled. That's what they stated.
Okay.
Come on, bro. What are you talking about? Look it
well,
up.
it's funny that they had a memorial for him for January 6th dying on, and they got the fucking. I don't know what the hell to tell you, Anthony.
Tyrone, ask him how straight hair is still in his throat.
Okay,
it clearly says his death was not directly attributed to injuries from the event, although the stress of the situation may have contributed to his condition. Okay, I'll give you that.
So hold on, wait.
Causing.
Okay, wait. See, you did just like Sarge did. You came on here half reading something, and then whenever you finished reading it, you read that it may have contributed to it. Now, see, you wasted your fucking breath because you just counteracted what the fuck you came on here to claim, Anthony. See, this is why I don't talk to you guys. So whenever you say it may have contributed, yes, it has something to do with it. Otherwise, the man would be living, Anthony. Jesus Christ.
Tyrone, you open up a rabbit hole and you make it's a slippery slope because
come on. Let Joe
okay, this is what. Okay. Hold on for 1 second. Wait a minute. I want to do it like this right here. I want to give. Wait a minute. Hold on. I want to give you the opportunity to read whatever the fuck you're reading completely. Can you do that for us? And I don't even know what the hell you're reading, but it sounds like it starts out agreeing with you, and then it goes on and say it gives some contribution to January 6th for his death. That's what it sounds like to me. So if you can be honest and read the entire thing, I will allow you to do that. Can you do that? Can you do that?
You would have to give me a moment to do that, bro. But that's a slippery slope, though, Tyrone.
Okay.
Can we move past this? So let Joe go. Can we move past this?
When that cracker put his knee on the neck of a black man, what did they say? What did they determine about that?
Man, put this nigga back in his
hold on.
class.
They said. Women, they said
the AP classes.
Hold on, Howard.
They said talking point.
No, they said
he was on drugs. He was high. That's why he died.
No, that's not what he died. That's what y'all said.
Now George Floyd died because he was high. No, hell no.
Oh no, dude.
No, that is not what she said.
He was at the Capitol on January the 6th. You see how that works, Howard?
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna let Joe.
Dumb, bro.
Okay,
y'all niggas dumb, bro.
Okay, Joe,
calling
and
me
then
dumb. You niggas are dumb.
Howard. I mean, not Howard.
Get your ass back where you supposed
Why
to
the fuck y'all can't shut? Listen, I'm gonna tell you and Anthony something. When I'm talking, y'all need to shut the hell up. I can't keep doing this. I've been doing this for 10 goddamn years. Well, I try to say shit and y'all keep talking. Don't do that shit. Good Lord. Now, Joe, you can go, and then Mama's boy. Woo.
Yeah, look, we covered all of this. We covered all of this the other night. It becomes the Anthony angst moment because he wants to try and hammer down these crazy threads that he keeps seeing that nobody else seems to see. And, and I said it then, and I'll say it today. I'm really getting tired of trying to have a discourse or a conversation with people that have no clue what the fuck they're talking about.
told your
Because
supporters
I
to
spent
march to
half
the
the
Capitol. You
conversation
said you would be right
educating
there
them
with them.
on the shit
The
that they
country
just
and the world
said.
video
And
message.
it gets really
Ashley
frustrating at
Babbitt was
times.
shot by an
Please,
out-of-control.
ABC, Anthony, you got do some homework, please, before you even come up with this dumb shit. And don't get mad when people check you on the dumb shit you say. Now, that having got that out of the way, what I'm finding out is there's a common thread amongst all these guys like this. And what it is if you look at the interviews with Trump supporters, when you question them, you reach a point where you dig deep. They give you the blank stare.
The President of the
I
United
don't know if
States
you've noticed
incited
that.
a violent
They
mob
give you this really blank look.
to attack
And the reason is because
nation's
they
capital,
don't know why they like him.
desecrate
They just
our
know they
nation's
do.
capital. On
They
that
can't
day,
explain
140
why they
law
like him.
enforcement officers
They
were
don't
injured,
know his
and
policies.
some died.
They know what he says
And
makes them
understand,
feel good. That
former
is the
president has been
propaganda.
indicted and impeached
Yeah.
for
So
exactly
this is
that
why when
reason.
you dig deep enough,
But
you're going to
this
get
is
the
not an
blank stare.
isolated
You're going to get the y'all
Let's
are just dumb.
remember
Y'all are just Democrats. You're going to get that kind of shit
there was
because they can't explain what they feel. Now I can tell you clearly what I feel about the Democrats, Kamala Harris, all of them. I can give you concrete facts without emotion and without getting mad. But it seems to be a common thread with these guys. If you dig deep enough, you ask them, well, what do you mean? Simple question. What do you mean? Can you explain that? Can you give me detail on that? And then you get the blank look. Or they get to, you just dumb. Oh, y'all are stupid. Oh, I'm just going to hang up. So I want you to pay attention to that common thread because it seems to be repeated over and over and over. It's happening now. Whenever you ask Anthony to provide a little detail into what he's saying and why, he can't tell you that. He's going to go around the horn, giving you every excuse or every red herring without giving you exactly what you want. He's emulating the guy he likes. He's emulating him. And he doesn't even realize that he's doing it. So yeah, the propaganda is deep. I'll leave it at that.
Y'all are okay with
no,
that?
No, you don't have to say anymore.
Y'all are okay
you
with
don't
that?
have to say
If
anymore.
Hold on.
Dude, you don't have to say anymore.
If y'all are okay with
You're
that,
repeating it
when
for
the
the
white
third
man
or fourth or fifth time.
Y'all can't talk at the same time, though. You got to do one at a time now.
Y'all got to be okay with them saying that drugs contributed to him dying, if you're going to roll with that as well.
Like I said,
it's like you okay with racist.
Okay, all
right, okay. Listen, listen. Anthony, we disagree about your views on who died on January the 6th. And you're not going to convince anybody of your views about who died because of January the 6th. So this is a useless conversation. It's already been reported. The evidence is in. Those people passed away, unfortunately, because of that incident, or whether you think so or not. So there's no use to debating it. For you to try to make that an issue about Kamala Harris lying, I think you need to come up with another point to try to call her out on, because you're not going to win, and it's just wasting time and causing unnecessary confusion. Well, it ain't causing confusion, but you sound silly trying to make that point about these people dying on January.
It's just misleading, Tyrone. That's all, bro. And they should have called it out how they called Trump out. They undermined the man.
You repeating it for the third or fourth time.
Okay. Real time,
it's not going to make anything happen.
At least call her out as well as all I'm saying.
All right, so let's get to Mama's boy. We got Mama's boy.
But it is what it is.
Peace, family. Peace, everybody.
What's happening, man?
What the business? Well, when you say Anthony's on the line, I already know it's going to be a whole lot of bullshit happening if you don't keep the nigga in his box. That's just what he does on the late night when we don't have a mute button. He'll ransack the late night with his crying and whining and grievance. That's all we hear for like 2-3 hours. So if you wondering why you hear the power out of Joe's voice, and we're used to Anthony, going on a diatribe about how unequal we are and how lousy we are, but yet he calls in to attendance every night. It's amazing how a man could have such disdain
I was at the Capitol on
for the
January 6th.
environment that he
I was the
frequently
vice
buys
president
tickets
elect.
to.
I was also
Makes
an
no
acting
sense to me.
senator. I was there.
But if you really want to talk about this Donald Trump fiasco that we watched with the debate, all you really have to do is stop where everybody has started this week. And that's when Donald Trump totally lost the
And on
debate
that
when he
day,
started talking
the
about
President of
Haitians
the United
eating
States
cats and
incited a
dogs in
violent
Ohio.
mob.
It's pretty much a wrap. After that, Kamala Harris basically had
Play
to
it
just
again,
stay,
Tyrone.
yeah, she just had to stay out of the way and watch him burn. She really didn't have to do much else. But I was impressed by the way she kept causing him to pour more fire, gasoline on himself and light himself again. He kept falling for it. Every time she bait him into lighting himself on fire, he would gladly stand there and do it. I thought it was a masterful job. And peace. Just don't let Tyrone. I'm gonna warn
Mama
you.
boy, I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, Tyrone, I'm gonna warn you. You know I love you, my brother. You more than capable of dealing with Anthony the way you normally deal with bitch ass niggas. But I just want to warn you on this. You gotta watch Anthony. He's your probably consummate antagonist of bullshit. He will start some bullshit just to get us going left.
Well, I know that.
Yes.
I know
the
that.
nigga
I know.
is all
And
about
Anthony,
that.
Anthony actually admits to that in the past, and I know that he's full of shit. And I ain't saying you full of shit to be full of shit, Anthony. But you come on here and you actually.
I
say
am.
but that's what you said you
Yeah,
do.
he's full of shit. He's full of shit, Tyrone. Now,
No, I'm
this is
saying
all
that the man
he-
came on here and said that's what the hell he do. I remember him coming on here saying it.
Well, that equals to him being full of shit. Like he full of shit.
He purposely gets on people's nerve on here, and I know that.
Exactly. That means he's full of shit. But I wanted to say this to. I need to say this to Sister Elisa. Sister Lisa, I didn't expect when the sister got up there. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping for a landslide, like, oh, she gonna mop the floor, he gonna call her a bitch and a nigga. That was like my ultimate shit, right? That was my ultimate thinking, like, yeah, I hope it happened like that.
But you didn't expect all of that.
Howard, look at Howard dropped off. Howard, I didn't kick you off. It looked like he dropped off the line, so I don't know what happened.
No, she did a really good job. She did a really good job.
She ready to be president, man. And I hope the rest of the country see that this can be our next president. You know, she should be our next president.
She called him a disgrace twice.
Oh, she was looking him in. She was looking him in his eyes and telling him where the hell he belonged. And she almost called him a fucker. She almost called him a fucker. I played that audio earlier when they were talking about Afghanistan.
Nah, it was the look. It was the side eye. That's that black woman's side eye. Only a black man know the black woman's side eye. He's standing up there talking some shit.
She was talking about
when
she was talking about him bringing the Taliban to Camp Davis, the same
Ooh.
shit that I've been telling Sarge for years. She said, and this mother. Former president.
And she course corrected right in the middle. And you knew what
because
he wanted to say.
he bought terrorists to Camp Davis. That's what I told Sarge. He bought terrorists to Camp David. That's what the hell she was
and
angry
gave
about.
them everything they wanted. And gave them
Boy,
everything.
did he.
He gave them everything they wanted and let all of them people loose. And they went back over there and took over. He gave them everything they wanted.
Yeah, because they keep
They
keep blaming Biden for the pullout, and we keep saying on here, yeah, Biden had to pull out because of the agreement that was signed at Camp David. But Donald Trump and his team made this agreement right before they got out of office, right when they was taking over.
Donald Trump had the first pullout. Yeah, he had the Justin Bieber.
So
he had the Justin Bieber pullout.
So Biden came in finishing up what Donald Trump had agreed to with the goddamn terrorists. That's all that was.
And Biden he let it play on out. Just let it play out. It's raggedy, but we just let it play out. We need to get out of there anyway.
Well, one thing I remember about that situation that forced Joe Biden's hand that doesn't get mentioned a lot is the deal that Trump signed was a ceasefire on military personnel for a particular period of time. And it went through the inauguration. That's the reason why Joe Biden had to abide by it, because they hadn't been firing on American troops. And it was part of the deal Trump made. So Biden had to hurry up and get everybody out of there before the deadline of when they was going to go back to firing at fucking troops. And that's what kind of squeezed the time in, and you saw them people on the planes because they had to leave. They had no fucking choice, you know.
Let me see if this is
They
Howard.
had to leave.
Is that you, Howard? No, that ain't Howard.
Well, the one thing, sis, you have to remember is that if there's a ceasefire, that's a no fire on both sides. And if one side is packing up and moving out while the other side is just standing there not shooting, you are very vulnerable at the very end. When you almost out of there, you limited on your amount of fighting force. So if them motherfuckers start fighting, you have to start fighting back, but you ain't got enough motherfuckers there. So what you got to do? If you already called for retreat, nigga, you got to retreat.
You got to retreat. You got to
bag and go, nigga. Yeah, why they shooting at you? You got to go.
Yeah, Donald Trump is in over his head.
And the American public, they act like they don't remember any of that. They don't know any of that. And he didn't even take into consideration the government that was in place. They weren't even invited. He negotiated with the terrorists. And he talked about it, and I didn't have to give up. All I have to do is make a phone call. He put all them people in line. He put all those people's lives in danger.
And the leader of the Taliban's name is Abdul.
Yeah, Donald Trump is the worst example of fake it till you make it, because he's in over his head with all of this stuff. But he keeps faking it, and it keeps going over. A lot of people keep believing that he know what the hell he's talking about. Donald Trump is the most inexperienced president that we've ever had in this country, and I put up the chart to show you, in comparison to what Kamala Harris and I put them back up. If you look at the screen, you can see that Kamala Harris got about 31 years experience compared to Donald Trump 0 in the government. And she got 34 years experience over Barack Obama, President Reagan, and President Kennedy. So she's the most fucking experienced person that's running for president in recent goddamn history with all of her time in government. And people don't realize that, because she was a senator, a district attorney, a AG, and then the vice president. And she got all of this experience, and they keep saying that she's inexperienced, but that lady got some years up under her belt in government, and people need to recognize that.
Tyrone, you remember she was a law clerk first.
Oh yeah.
And what I was gonna say is, Donald Trump is a last ditch hope for these racist motherfuckers. So they kind of attached to him. He's, it's almost like this is the only ship they got.
Yeah.
And it's because they picked him. They picked him. They made the deal with him. So it's like the Enterprise, nigga. That's it. That's the top of the line of the fleet. And if it ain't enough to get you past what's out there, nigga, we'll just chalk you off as we need to make a better ship. And that's what Donald Trump is for them motherfuckers. They realize it's a bad ship now. And they trying to patch and mend and sarge everything together in order to get through this thing. And they hoping he'll win in the end. But
yeah, that's what it is, because all those big companies, like all those big organizations like the Heritage Foundations and all of these racist ass groups, these evangelical racist ass people, all of those, the Koch brothers, all of those people are behind Donald Trump, and they want him to win. I mean, that's what you're looking at.
This is their last ditch, and it's probably not their last ditch, but they're looking at it. as this is their
Well,
last. That's what that dude said.
I think you have to look into why they want him to win.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think you have to look
I
at
didn't
why they
hang up
want
on
him
you,
to
man. Your
win.
line dropped, but you back on the line now. But
Yeah.
let Joe go.
No, my line dropped.
Go ahead, Joe.
Joe.
They want him to win. They want him to win because
like
he's easy to manipulate. He's easy to manipulate. And so, if the one unspoken thing is this: if Kamala Harris can lay these traps and have him fall into it, what do you think Putin is going to do? What do you think Kim Jong-il is going to do? These guys are far, far more skilled at manipulation than Kamala Harris. Because I don't think she was out to manipulate. She was just out to win the debate. But those people that are around him that are giving money know he's a fool, know he's easily manipulatable.
Right.
And they do it. And they're able to get what they want. They don't like him. In fact, they probably can't stand him. But if he can achieve their goals, then yeah, they're gonna buddy and pat him on the back and everything else. So
But that's what she told him. She said that these dictators want him to be. She want these dictators want him to be in charge because they gonna eat his lunch or some shit. She said.
Right. She said they'll take you out of
Hey,
here.
Tyrone, her exact words.
But Ty, what I wanted to tell Sister Elisa,
Putin will eat you for lunch.
Eat you for lunch, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. But what I wanted to tell Sister Elisa before my phone hung up, and I'm gonna let y'all have it after this, is, I expected her. She did not. I think the thing she did right, she didn't go totally after him in a dare I say, a bitchy way, because I think it would have been reported like that as her being, a woman and a woman of color, and you going after him. I think that. Yeah, I think that they would have reported it as her looking. I think she did everything right according to how it was supposed to be done. Even though for me, I would have liked her to probably attack a little more, but it probably wouldn't have been the best thing. Well, it wouldn't have been the best thing to do. I think that's what made a lot of people dislike Hillary, because the way she went after people like
For
that.
all the softies that they like him to be nasty, but they don't want her to be nasty. So we had to, she had to
a
tone
woman
it
couldn't
down
have got up
and
there.
kick his ass with class. Kick his ass
Right.
with
I don't
class.
think a woman could have got up there and been totally nasty. So she played every card correctly. Only thing she had to do was at least be alive and kicking after the debate, in my opinion. And I think she did more than that. I think she actually won the debate, and it's going to catapult her into October. And we all know about the October surprise, all that type stuff. Something may come up if they have anything. I don't know if they do. But speaking about the debate, I think she represents herself very, very well. She had a couple of in my opinion, I'm not going to put them out there to the dudes that bumping their heads on the windows, but she had a couple of tough points that she, skirted around a little bit, but that's what you do as a politician. But overall, I think she did very well. She came across as very professional, not bitchy, not overbearing, and for me, that tipped it into her scales. And then, and she put him into a spot where he was talking about fucking dogs and shit getting eaten. I mean,
it was. And you want to know what else was masterful? She came off as, because her voice, she has a nice voice, very feminine, and how she was talking and her little laughing. And he's just that just really.
She did like
really.
Mayweather, the way Mayweather boxes. Instead of going a knockout and all that, Mayweather is tying your ass out, dancing around, you're throwing punches, hitting. He weared himself out with nonsense, and every punch.
She was very technical.
Was precise.
She was very technical. Yeah.
Well, no, see, I'm telling y'all, hey, I give her major fucking credit. Her style, beautiful, but you don't have to do very much when your opponent stands in the middle of the
Mama boy
stage
thinking
and
like
sets
me.
himself on fire.
Donald Trump is low hanging fruit, y'all. And I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking anything away from Kamala Harris' performance. Listen, I'm not taking anything away. Y'all, no, I'm serious. I am not taking anything away from her
But
performance.
you gotta let me explain. Go ahead, Tyrone. You gotta let me explain too.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything about Kamala Harris' performance, but Mama boy, you think about like me. Donald Trump is low hanging fruit. But go ahead.
Well, my point is, okay.
I want to ask y'all something after my.
Well, hold on before you go there, Howard. Let me get this out. Let me make sure everybody understands what I'm saying. See, I'll put it to y'all like this. You don't hand an expert sniper a fucking, 50 caliber, digitally sighted fucking super fucking sniper weapon. Cause they gonna fucking shoot you. And that's what Donald Trump did. He didn't come to the debate prepared. He probably came in second guessing the woman. And when she walked across the stage and shook his hand, fucked him up. Yep. He was already discombobulated. Mm-hmm. And then she stood up there and she proudly dropped them bombs on him real quick. It was early bombs. He didn't expect that. Everybody else is all fucking proper. And that's the Democratic problem, is that they treated the election like a normal election. Kamala Harris knew who she was going up against, and she threw a motherfucking bomb and laid out a little trap, and that motherfucker walked right in it and poured gasoline over himself and started talking about them dogs and cats. And I was like, oh, this over. She ain't even got to fuck with me. And she knew that.
She did it very dainty.
She knew that. It was beautiful. It was like watching a tennis match, and she was just slamming fucking aces all game. He get up there and another 140-mile ace. He just couldn't fuck with it because he fucked himself up from the beginning. Total fuck up. Don't know what he's doing. Somebody on the stature of Kamala Harris, who's not 80, is gonna fuck him up. And I stick with Laura Ingraham or Ingram or whatever. No, it wasn't her. It was Nikki Haley. I stick with what she said. I don't like the bitch, but what she said was right. First Democrats or Republicans, first one get rid of their 80-year-old fucking nominee wins. And it was the Democrats.
Okay. Well, let me say this about
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Where you at,
on television say my dog was taken and
where the fuck
used
you
for
at,
food. So
taking this from
but
television.
the people are on
taking it from
television
the city
saying
manager.
their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
All right, go ahead.
I would say this,
Pat. Now, can I add? I'm sorry. Real quick, I just want to add this. Y'all got to also think they have been tag teaming him since the RNC, since they had the convention.
Mm-hmm.
They had him thrown off since the RNC because Barack went up there and did something that's out of his character. He made he challenged the man's penis size.
I want to say something about that too. Go ahead.
They had him thrown.
I wanted to say.
Wait a minute. I want to follow Lisa though.
RNC. Yeah, they had him thrown off since the RNC. No one expected Barack Obama to do that. They've been tag teaming him since then, and he does it because he was shocked. I was shocked. We all were shocked that Barack went there. So they've been tag teaming him. All of this has been coordinated. The Democrats, we've never seen them fight. We've never seen them campaign like this. And when that's how
it's refreshing.
That's how MAGA campaign.
It's refreshing.
But when you have people that are smarter than you and know how to play the game, and they start playing your game, this all started back from the DNC. That's all I wanted to say.
But this ain't gonna take that long. But since Elisa brought this up, y'all need to know the context of what Barack Obama did, and this is why I know this man is a genius. In the history of this country, if y'all think about it, what they used to do to black men was castrate us. They used to fear what our penises is and all this kind of stuff. I don't know if y'all recall those times and stories being told.
Very big thing in the white man.
insult a white man. You know, Barack Obama did his little slick thing with the penis size by referring to crowd size and using his hands motion, but he didn't say it. But you know that there's a historical context to what Barack Obama did when it comes to castrating black men and talking about our manhood and trying to belittle us, emasculate us, and all that kind of bullshit. So I think it was genius what Barack Obama did. He didn't have to say it.
Yes, it was.
But I knew the historical context. Soon as he did that little shit, I was like, oh shit, you know. But anyway, go ahead.
They
Howard.
had him thrown off. They had him thrown off since then. They've been tag teaming him, and the Republican MAGA Party is too stupid to see this.
Well, the short party, short bus people will not see it. But I want to ask you guys something, and maybe it's just me tripping. I think that Kamala, when I hear Kamala talk, at least lately, DNC convention and this debate, her cadence and the way it reminds me of a guy that y'all were just talking about. I'm like, damn, do they have the same person behind the scenes?
They know each other. They know each other.
You want to know?
Have you guys noticed that, Sister Lisa? Have you noticed? Like, I'm looking at the cadence and something. I'm like, wow, do they have the same writer?
You want to know who? Pete Buttigieg and certain people. They're the ones that work with Barack Obama and prepped him. Same people that's working with her.
Well, I got something I wanted to add to that.
But I'm saying, who writes her speech? Because I was noticing some cadence things and some of the way that she was, you know, putting the emphasis on things, and I'm like, wow, she may have, you know, same speechwriter or same person that practices with her or on things. They might have the same people. So, I wasn't wrong on that. Y'all noticed that too. Like I noticed some of the same cadence.
I'm gonna tell you what I noticed. How
I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, cool.
What I noticed is that she worked on Obama's campaign. I mean, she helped him get elected. She's in the circle. So like, what if it wouldn't be too far fetched that maybe she is a protege? I mean, Michelle Obama and her are like buddies, right? It wouldn't be too far fetched, at least if you ask me, if she introduced, you know, Kamala to her husband, and they come up with some sort of idea of grooming her to be where she at, because she obviously got there. Just an idea.
Yeah, but Trump is I don't know how he got so popular and why so many people listen to him, but Kamala Harris way outpaced Donald Trump. And
television, Tyrone, television, man. He's
and I'm gonna say
he's a
debate.
camera whore. He's a camera whore. He's a attention whore. That's what happened.
I'm gonna say debating Donald Trump for Kamala Harris was light work, but what Kamala Harris needed to do was sell the American people and convince us that she's ready. And I think that's what she did. Because anybody can debate.
I agree.
Anybody can debate Donald Trump and beat him. I mean,
even
I say even Anthony could debate Donald Trump and beat him.
But it's how you do it, though, Tyrone.
Can I say something?
He didn't deserve to be on that stage. How about that?
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hey, Sister Antoinette.
Hi. Look, they need to play the song 3 Times a Lady for her. Look, she's experienced, she's classy, and she's the next president.
You said she's trashy.
It's all mind games. You had a black man question his penis size.
Yep.
And you had a half black woman call him. They tag teaming him. Because Lawrence O'Donnell said that when he gave his commentary on his show the other night. And he's smart enough to see it. He's smart enough to see it. You want to tear up a white man You have a black man and a black woman tag team his ass. You have them all messed up. And Lawrence O'Donnell, he said that. He said that, and that's what's eating Trump. A bigot like him. Can you guys imagine how this is eating him?
Yeah, because that used to be a thing. I mean, they used to. I mean, that
They used to
castration.
kill us over that.
Yeah,
They used to kill us over shit like that, over
and
being
actually,
accused of doing shit like that.
Actually, when you look at epigenetics and the psychology of slavery, you can see why a lot of people are submissive to white people because of that behavior. And that's why I feel sorry for ABC and Sarge and them, because they can't help it. They genetically prone to be submissive to these motherfuckers.
Yes.
They just is in their blood. To submit to them because of what they used to do in this country.
But they could be along with other black people who get it, and we see it, and they could be enjoying the work. They could be enjoying the greatest takedown. And guess what? It's being done by us.
Yep.
And you could be enjoying this, but no, they brainwash you by math.
I got an idea. I got an idea, sisters and brothers. What if it's not? What if it's there? A change on this magnitude would change their life, and they like the way their life is set up. Because with truth comes agitation.
What you mean?
That always happens. Well, okay, so Sarge could be living a certain way where if he got to accept the truth, he's gonna have to change the way he living. Motherfuckers don't want to trade that shit in.
Okay.
ABC too. He could have certain connections, certain fucking lifestyle, certain way he want to live, and and if he got to go pro-black, that's gonna fuck all that shit up.
Well, that's the reality of their life. Even though you and I and anybody with a normal damn brain wouldn't agree with that way of living, they look at the way they living as beneficial.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh shit, ABC.
Well, I think you guys might have missed over a point in that Trump already salted the earth before the debate by telling everybody she's stupid, she's dumb, blah, 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 blah. So all his supporters went in thinking that this was the case, that she's going to be easy, a pushover, she's dumb, she's stupid. And right off the rip, she walked over and shook his hand. That's it.
Yeah, they did her a favor. They did her a favor. They did her a favor by laughing at her laugh. By laughing at her laugh, saying that she was aloof, that saying that she was, quirky and all that. They did her a favor, and she got up there and showed her ass. So yeah,
Tyrone, she did a
him
Mike Tyson.
I mean, it's one thing that they laughing with you and they laughing at you, and that's what they were saying. They laughing at him like he's a clown.
They was expecting her to get up there and be doofy and not know what she's talking about.
Yeah. Well, the best part for me was when she looked at him and said, "You're a disgrace." And you can hear the venom in her voice when she said,
that hit hard.
"Oh my God!"
I felt
that.
that
really hit
I
hard.
was like, damn, I know Trump felt that shit.
Yeah, when she was saying your generals didn't even respect you.
Yeah. Let me just clear up one thing, because some folks only see the world through, a binary terms. It's either, y'all love Trump or you hate Trump. Anthony, nobody hates Trump. I think we feel sorry for Trump. To me, he's a source of amusement and a clown. I don't feel sorry for clowns. That's who they are. They make you laugh, and you don't take them seriously. So it's not like anybody that hates Trump. I don't hear Trump hate. What I hear is people that pity him and people that find him a source of amusement, even more so that he became president as a source of amusement. So there's no Trump hate going on here. So I just want to make that clear.
You can't hate somebody you don't know.
Him. I just don't like the way he's not. I don't like him for the job of president. How about that? I don't. He can be who he wants to be. Just your actions in the position will affect it. So if you want to be a clown and it doesn't affect my life, do what you do. But if you're gonna be a president for the country that happens to be a diverse nationalities and colors, you're gonna have to be able to work with different people. You can't, the way your character is doesn't work for that position, and that's just plain and simple. It's just like he's funny. I think he's running out of his jokes. He burned himself out, but to me, he's like a clown. Circus. I could get some laughs out of him, but him position of president. Not as if we're going to talk serious. It said, look, he's not qualified, man. He wasn't even qualified to talk to that woman because she's overqualified. She shouldn't even have a conversation with him because he's not even worthy of having a conversation.
Well, y'all can not hate Trump. I hate the hell out of Trump. Trump is the biggest fucking Trump is the biggest mass murderer in the damn history of this country when it came to that damn pandemic.
COVID.
He just sit up here and watch his fucking constituents, his citizens die and lie to us about how to get fixed, how to look for medical care, and fell for all the goddamn conspiracies while people were dying under his fucking watch. So yeah, there's something I know. I cannot do this whole, I don't really hate him. Yeah, he got to go. He's dangerous.
I know he got to go. But I don't have a personal, that's what I'm saying. Like, if people say, oh, I want him to die, I say, listen, what happens to happen is going to happen to him. And I think that, again, for the people that get all emotional about it, say, oh, well, you pointing all that out because you don't like, I'm saying, let's put that aside.
Well,
let's deal with the way he acts as a character. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And it's not about no hate. It's just his character and what his actions are.
I don't know, Jay New York.
Not be liked. That's it.
I don't know.
I don't want him governing me. I don't want him governing
I don't even think about that, sister. Maybe I'm beating a dead horse or talking about rehashing something or whatever, but it all go back to the Central Park 5 to me. And I hate that motherfucker just as much as he hate them motherfuckers that he want dead. So when he changed his mind,
he even said that last night. He even doubled down, tripled down on that shit last night.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Kamala Harris called him out on all that shit.
I don't want him governing over me. Yeah, I despise him. I'm sorry. I despise Donald Trump. I really do. That's just it. I didn't like him. It's not after he became president that I despised him. I never liked him.
Right, sis. I didn't like the man in the 80s. I didn't like Donald Trump in the 80s. So why would I like him in 20? Hold on. Sis, maybe I'm giving too much, but I have to give. I'm a giver of life, I guess. I don't know. But your young brother Anthony propositioned me with this question that he wanted to see, I guess, how deep my hate for Trump was. And it has nothing to do with a feeling. It's just common sense. I see a motherfucker selling whammies on the corner. I'm not going to be buying no whammies from this nigga on the corner. It's just common sense. But I was propositioned. I was propositioned the other night that if Donald Trump gave me reparations, would I vote for him? And I was like, no. I was like, no.
No.
I'm good. I can get it a different way. I ain't got to get it from your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, I would take my goddamn reparations and vote for somebody else.
He perceived to have a conniption fit on why I wouldn't sell my ass out for the reparations. And he felt like that was justification for me to have a deep-seated hatred for Trump. That's who we deal with on the after hours with no mute.
Right.
No, as they say, you vote for him, put him in as president, and he will, and we know he's gonna give us reparations. Would I vote for him? No. And that might sound stupid to a lot of people, but no, hell no. I'm not voting for him. I despised Donald Trump when I was little, because I remember that whole mess that went on when he was married to, what was his first wife's name, Ivana. I remember we used to watch him 2020, and when that old slut that he was messing with encountered his wife at the ski slopes, and I remember, because we used to hear about him. Yeah, and I was like, Well, he's a low no character having individual that he would let somebody, and his little children was standing there, and I just thought so. And being young and a child, I just thought so low of him that some old woman, some old side piece, came up to your wife and embarrassed her, and the little children, his little sons, were there, and they said somebody was even crying. I mean, you that low and slack and nasty that you doing this, and this happened with your wife. And then someone had shared some pictures, and I went and looked it up for myself last week. He has Ivana buried. Okay, y'all know she's buried at the golf course. It's all growed up, and somebody had took some pictures and put it out that it's in the marsh-like areas. It's all grown up. And you know what? That does not speak to him. That speaks to his children.
Oh yeah,
That speaks to his children.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. She had a lot on his
none
ass.
of them ain't nothing.
Yeah, she had a lot on him. But Donald Trump never was shit. He wasn't. He was just some rich playboy. The Donald Trump I met was some rich playboy who had problems with black folks, and that's all I needed to know. I knew to stay away from that motherfucker. It was like and I was pretty, especially back then. I was a teenager. I was pretty simple. I was easy to figure out what was good and what was bad for me. And you'd hear about Donald Trump in the rap songs and shit like that, but I never really gave a fuck about that. I mean, he's like I said, he's a rich playboy with rich playboy problems. I'm trying to figure out how to convince, the damn dealer at the damn store to sell me this polo a little cheaper. I ain't worrying about no damn Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? I had other issues. He was garbage. It ain't like I knew he was trash.
He was
it was kind of like
he was
he already had a getaway from me. I'm a racist white boy sign around his neck. By the time I'm old enough to do anything. He was already guilty of the big ass ad he put in the fucking Inquirer and everything else about the Central Park fire. He had already been found guilty in the hood at least.
He's always been garbage.
Yeah, nobody was fucking with him.
He was always garbage. And you know what? The fact that how they just got their mama back there buried, all growed up like that. Y'all look it up.
New York trash.
At Mar-a-Lago. Look it up. Tyrone, you can pull it up and show it. Donald Trump has always been garbage. But I put that to his daughter. Ivanka is garbage too. Because ain't no way he would do that to my mom. No way. I would allow him to do that to my mom. And they sat and she wasn't married to him anymore. His children are garbage. All of them are garbage.
We're all about the money. All about the money.
If you
the name Trump is garbage.
Pull up, Donald, Ivana Trump's grave site on so people could see it online. And it made me feel bad because she was a proud little woman. All of them are garbage. His children and them people are garbage. Tyrone,
they bury her like a dog in the backyard.
Like a dog.
That's
pull
crazy. That's crazy.
Up on YouTube so that people can see Ivana Trump's grave at Mar-a-Lago.
Wow.
Ivana Trump do what?
Disrespect.
Pull up Ivana Trump's grave at Mar-a-Lago and pull it up on YouTube and show the people. That's a disgrace. All of them are no good. All of them. And I never liked
it's not at Mar-a-Lago. It's at Bedminster. It's at Bedminster.
In Jersey.
Pull up Ivana Trump's grave. Oh, it's not at Mar-a-Lago? I thought, that's right, Bedminster. You're right. You're correct.
No, it's in Bedminster,
Pull it up. It's a disgrace. And that made me feel bad for her because she was a proud little woman. Pull
I don't know which one. I don't know which one.
On Google. No, on Google.
I think we found Donald Trump's fucking kryptonite because if you bringing up Ivana Trump, his first wife, she had that man by the balls. He couldn't fuck with her. She knew too damn much. And that's why he always kept her happy, kept her paid and quiet.
Okay,
he had her signed to an NDA or some shit. It was always some crazy shit with them.
That's why she got half of that company.
Yeah. He couldn't fuck with her. The first wife, yeah, he wanted to fuck with her, but she had too much on his ass. He had his balls.
Paula Maples, he just broke Paula Maples or something.
This one?
Look how
Play
they got
dominoes.
her grave just growed up. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. And her children. And some of the pictures, the next row under that. Look at how they got her grave growed up. That's a disgrace. None of them are no good. None of them are any good. But not allow my father to do my mama like that. You see how growed up it is?
Yeah. I mean
they've
got the resources.
Right there.
They've got the resources for the maintenance. They can do the maintenance on this.
And somebody took the pictures and they got leaked out. The pictures
What
got
you say?
leaked out.
What you may say, Sister Antoinette?
And look, that's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. All of those people, they're just no good. And I don't want people like that governing my life, governing my world, governing my family. That's a disgrace. You see that? You see?
Let's just say goodbye to the racists.
Well, the rumor has it the reason he did that is so he could classify part of his golf course as a graveyard, so they can't take it away from him.
And his children let him do it. That's their mother. That's their mother, and they let him do that.
I'll call daughter.
My father's no longer with us, but I would break his neck if he did something. He even considered doing something like that. I wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
And it's sad. It's sad. Those people are no good. And then people wonder why people don't want these people governing them.
Well, what we dealing with, and it's a psychological thing, is that they did such a good job at demonizing progressive mindset, liberalism, and the Democrats. They did so much propaganda out there that anything you touch on the left is evil, and everybody thinks that the right way of thinking is to be on the right side of politics, and the Democrats is Satan. And they eat babies and they drink blood and all this kind of crap. They got LGBTQ and they're immoral and all this kind of bullshit. That's how they demonize the left, and it works. It really works. Because I don't understand, why wouldn't you want diversity? Why wouldn't you want to be progressive society? Why wouldn't you want to evolve? And that's all the Democrats want to do. Climate change, take care of the planet. All that kind of crazy, all that kind of good stuff, all that stuff the Democrats want to do. And I don't see why anybody would be against any of that.
Well, Tyrone, check this out. The big lie is that these so-called conservatives like Sarge, they do like that. They wouldn't mind that, but the Democrats are way far worse than that.
Well, no. And there's
I'm not apologizing for.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just wanted to add a little bit more to my little analogy there. Is that the Democrats house black people, and that everything that I just said, coupled with the demographic of black people, that makes it even, because the black people supposed to stay in their place. They're not supposed to never come up. They're not supposed to have any power. It's never supposed to happen to where, they're equal to us. So there's the us and the them mentality, and the Democrats are the them. And that's just the way they've been labeled. And dumbass people like Anthony and ABC and Sarge, they don't see that shit. I don't know why the hell they don't see it.
I think it's okay. I don't think it's a blind spot. I think it's kind of like how they look over. Like when I bring up Central Park 5, and it's like them niggas, okay, well, all right, yeah. But what about this? How did you just gloss over that? And I think they do the same thing. It's not a blind spot. It's just that cognitive dissonance kicking in for that split second, because they know that's a whammy, got no defense, pass that, and go to something else, try to get you on another argument.
Yeah, they've been indoctrinated, man.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of our brothers are victim to the internet. Okay, and the Russians have been running the internet since 2016. They've been reporting that shit since 2016. Like, don't believe shit you see on the internet because the Russians, they've gotten it down to deep fakes now, where you can actually be staring at a motherfucker and thinking they saying something that they never said. So not, a lot of our brothers have fell victim to it, and we finding out the pieces because they keep running into us. And if you ain't about your due diligence and you're not susceptible to traps, because if you're susceptible to traps, you need something to protect you. So you better have some document or something that helps you stick to the program. Because some of these niggas, Sarge, Andy types, they fall victim to some of the shit they be looking for, and they ain't got the wisdom to pull themselves out of it. They in a tailspin and don't even know it. They swear they right, and they sound like idiots when they run into, common sense. So I think some of our brothers fall victim to that, but I think some niggas are willing participants. Now you could pick between Sarge and Anthony, which one's a willing participant. I have my own ideas, but it's still all the same behavior, Tyrone. At the end of the day, it's still the same. It's like a nigga trying to tell you over and over again, just like the ignorant white man constantly bugging you to do something. And you like, motherfucker, I done already told you. And this nigga is still there with the hopes that he will wear you down and make you say, oh, fuck it. And that's when the nigga won.
What surprises me is that there's a history in this country, let's say before Jim Crow. There's one political side that actually fought for the rights and the freedoms that we got right now. That
Come
we
on,
enjoy.
brother.
And it is not the Republicans. It just isn't. And if they had their way, you would not have equal rights in this country.
Exactly.
Brown versus education, fuck all of them damn civil rights movements. They wanted to kill fucking Rosie Parks. I don't know what else to tell these people. But they've been so indoctrinated that they made them forget their own recent goddamn history and the struggles that our ancestors went through just to get us to here.
Tyrone, at one point in time, the United States government contemplated killing all black leaders at once, thinking that would solve their problem of black folks not wanting to put up with their white bullshit no more.
Well, I mean, even with COINTELPRO, there was try to prevent the rise of a black messiah. That was actually an agenda because they didn't want one person to be so powerful to guide the black people in the right direction. J. Edgar Hoover, that was part of his goddamn COINTELPRO. There was a reason for that. There was a reason that they target black leaders. There's a reason that they kill Medgar Evers. There's a reason that they kill Martin Luther King. There's a reason that they kill black leaders. And that wasn't the goddamn Democrats. I don't give a fuck.
Them people didn't die off when Barack Obama was elected. Them people hadn't died off. They were still around.
Oh yeah, without
and
a
the
doubt.
Confederacy has been around since they put everything back together right after the war. I mean, instead of like most wars, the enemy is either captured or kicked out or both, right? And they ain't got no rights. They ain't making no laws, ain't writing no goddamn motherfucking history books. But somehow that didn't happen in America. And we looking at the vestiges from that now. Because we got all these crazy ass crackers running around still talking about white power.
Yeah, I mean, you got police officers wearing fucking white racist Nazi tattoos and shit in uniform, and they're able to get a check. Look at the Kyle Rittenhouse case. That boy is guilty of murder, goddamn 12 times over, and that judge sitting on that damn bench, that racist piece of shit, want to defend that little white racist piece of shit, and he used his power and authority on that bench to do so. Because of a Black Lives Matter march. That was the reason that Kyle Rittenhouse got off. Because of Black Lives Matter. Oh, let me open up these lines. Guys, I appreciate you, Miss Elisa. I'm going to open up the lines.
Yeah,
Y'all can
I
call
do.
in if y'all want to.
Q&A session is over. All participants are unmuted.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, and we'll next Thursday when I come back, we'll see where we at. Let's hope nothing too crazy happens.
Yeah, I just hope
Between
I
now
hope
and
she
then.
keep gaining momentum, and I hope the rest of
Yeah,
America wake up, and go and put that woman in the White House.
well, that's not gonna happen the rest, because you know what? When people are talking about they're undecided, I don't believe that. How are you still undecided? Disclose. These are people that want to vote for Trump,
Yep.
but they're too embarrassed to say so. So they're saying they're undecided. I don't want to hear anything about an undecided. How are you still undecided? Disclose. That's just a bunch of foolishness. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You just too embarrassed to say that you want to vote for Trump because you like the divisiveness, you like the hate, you like everything that he's offering.
Yep.
So you want to, I need more. I'm undecided. Shut up. You're lying. You're not people say they're being disingenuous. No, they're lying.
Trump ain't offering nothing. I don't know what more they want to hear him talking about. Instead of eating dogs and cats, you want to hear him talk about eating giraffes and buffalo. I don't know what the hell they want to hear.
I don't know. He has you when you ask, well, tell me one plan. Like Wilma's boy asked it. They can't tell you one because there are none.
He didn't say any in that debate.
No, because Trump don't have any.
He
plans.
don't have. He never had one.
Anything.
Never.
He doesn't have any. So that's why when you ask him, well, name me one. They don't have any. My cousin's husband, you ask him, name me one. Well, it's the thing. I said, okay, can we do this? That's other than immigration, something that's going to affect your life, something that's going to help you. You will have kids. Name me one. I know $6,000 child tax credit would help you guys. I know this and this and that. I need you to tell me. Don't say nothing about no
I
immigration.
ain't gonna lie.
Hear that.
I got selfish reasons then because I could probably pick 50 reasons to vote for Kamala Harris. And one of them could be the 3 million houses she talking about building, because that helps me eat. You know why? Junior gets to move out of mama's house, and Junior gets to pay me to fix his shit now. So that go from one motherfucker. Now I got two. And imagine that happening over a couple of households in my neck of the woods, where they son and daughter move out, get a family, and they calling me for service because they mom and dad use me. You see what I'm saying? It helps benefit me. I ain't mad. I appreciate the 3 mil. Drop them. Appreciate that.
I don't have any children, but I want everybody to get the child tax credit, because you know how that helps me? Because I have two people who need help, and if they could get the child tax credit, that would put them in a better standing. You see what I'm saying? So that helps me. I want everybody.
That helped a lot of us on our on the middle income to lower middle income to and so forth and so on. Of course, that tax credit gonna benefit probably the bottom half of the economic scale. It's guaranteed.
And I want them to get it. So I can name a whole bunch of stuff. Except why that's not saying she can be able to do any of that, because you got to make sure that you vote blue all the way down so they can get some of that stuff passed. Well, Tyrone, guys, I'm going to go, and I'll talk to you all next Thursday.
Okay, sis, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry about the cursing, because I do not
you
like
fine.
to do that.
You ain't hear Howard? You all right.
But y'all was supposed to warn me, Tyrone. I'm blaming you, because you were supposed to warn me
about better you than me, brother.
That ant comes up in here just to cause.
That's it. He said that a long time ago. That's all he do.
But I didn't know that, and you all be on here more during the week. I don't know that y'all have this type of stuff. I'm just like, oh my God, this guy has triggered me. When that's what he comes to do, is trigger.
Yes.
Well, he deserves it. And I don't think he don't deserve it. He deserves
it. Anyway, well, I'll talk to you guys next week.
All right, sis.
All right.
Peace, sis. Yeah, Tyrone. Oh, Donald Trump caught a bad. He caught a bad one, bro.
Yeah, I love it. It kind of sounds like
man.
she got a slow start, but it won't that bad. But
No, you know what? I got faith in her because, you really don't know a person until you see him under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched her when Trump gave her the opening. And what I was impressed with is, nervous or not, you could tell she was nervous.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. When I say she got a slow start, I meant she was nervous. She was nervous a little bit.
Yeah. When she got nervous and she needed to strike, she didn't. What impressed me is she didn't call off the strike. She calmed herself. She fell into that cadence that she had been training under. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why she sounded like Barack Obama, because whatever technique was taught to her, Barack Obama got the same goddamn technique. And it comes where those words come out in a flow, and they bombing and I could tell she was nervous. She was going for the throat. And she cut that man's throat. And she didn't blink. She didn't stutter step. I'd have been impressed if it was a damn chimpanzee up there doing it, much less
Let
my
me tell
sister.
this caller,
You know what I'm saying?
we can hear your car or something, man. Mute your line, whoever this is. There you go.
I think that's what, two or three things can be true at the same time, Tyrone. And I think what affecting a lot of these black men is they've already been set up with propaganda. And some black men already have a general hatred for women in general, but especially black women, especially black strong women. For some reason, we all witnessed that on this show. So I ain't telling no lie. Mm-hmm. But when you culminate that with, you thinking you already losing power to watching your so-called enemy basically taking power. I mean, you getting a double threat there, and now you got to worry about women making more money than men, because now a woman can be president, and they triple threaten now.
Black men need to shut the hell up with that shit, because that ain't the enemy. The enemy is the motherfucker you cozying up to that you ain't never waged a war against, and you never will.
You coming over, you going around saying the same shit he's saying.
Yeah.
I don't. At some point, a black man should wake himself up. When you start sounding like your oppressor, that should wake you up. And whatever the fuck you doing ain't benefiting nobody black, especially you. If you sound just like the fucking white man. If you pick up anything from the white
uncomfortable whenever you talk about going against the white man. Don't nobody want to hear that.
That's crazy, Tyrone. When you start sounding like Andy the other night came on the show and repeated some old shit that started from right wing, and act like he said something. You could tell he had his chest out through the phone. Mm-hmm. And when you got a black man running around thinking they can do that without impunity, bruh, come on, man. There should be some sort of, hey, man, that don't work. I'm going to call you out if I'm around.
Well, that's the same thing he did tonight, because that's what the right wing was talking about, is that how Donald Trump got fact-checked and Kamala Harris didn't. And that's the same thing he opened his mouth with the first thing. Well, she didn't get fact-checked. She was lying. I don't know why he repeat those people like that.
Man, listen, Donald Trump done started a frenzy.
Who are you talking about?
Anthony.
Donald Trump just started a frenzy, man. He got people
Anthony, come on now. He's,
Donald Trump started a frenzy. You got people putting dogs on their barbecue grill and putting flavors.
My daughter had me rolling with some memes
They got
this morning.
some dogs looking at somebody when he said they're eating the dogs. Man, this guy is starting a trend that done backfired on him, man.
It's got a life of its own.
Cook the dogs. Now they
it's
really
got a
cook
life
the
of its
dogs and
own.
cats.
But Mama's boy, do you think that those black men that just have to be MAGAs and pro-Trump, are you saying that underneath they're fearful, they're insecure, they're jealous and resentful of black women? That's what I hear you saying.
Sis, I think both things can be true at the same time. which one, if you take both things, they can actually blend together to look as one. But if you look deep enough, it could be just a marriage of two hatreds. See, a man can hate a woman, and a man can especially hate a black woman. I done seen men who love women but don't love black women.
Oh yeah, they love other women.
Black men, they are jealous and resentful.
I don't
There's
think
a lot
they
of
really
jealousy.
love them. I think if you have that much hatred, it's hard to love. You know what I'm saying? Like really love. And if it's
Miss
based
Lady,
on,
go
can
ahead.
I just say something?
Yeah,
If you have that much anger and hatred in your heart, how can you really love somebody else? It's going to be hard. I guess you can compartmentalize up to a point, though.
Yeah.
But
you reaching in the right direction.
Yeah. So and is it really love of the other, or is it that you hate who you came from, your black mother, black women? Society hasn't held black women up like they should and given them the proper respect. So you want to jump on the abuse train.
No, they love you.
I think it's a built-in.
No, they love you
man-made.
they love you with conditions, right? They love you, but you got to be a certain way. That's the only way they love you.
But that's not love.
It ain't.
That's not love.
Tyrone and Miss Lady, let me add another dynamic to it. Okay. And I'm just speaking from my perspective, what I've seen in some of the niggas I done ran into in my life. Take this into perspective. What if this black man eliminates black women, loves women, and has consciously eliminated black women in this label of women? I mean, it sounds strange, but I've been around men that adore women and don't see black women. They done totally eliminated them. You see what I'm saying? If they see a black woman, it's like they saw another dude and walk right past them.
Well, if you have that much hatred for a group of women who you came from that group, then that means that you really don't have much self-love. I'm sorry, you don't. Not real. It means you're very underneath all of that. It's a lot of insecurity and anger. I don't know where it stems from, but
I don't either.
I don't think
It's
you
got
can
to
really
be
love. I don't
something
think
like that.
they might appear like they adore the other woman, but underneath all that adoration, I think is a lot of insecurity.
I think it's something
they're
else.
like pick-me's. They're pick-me's.
Well, I'll give you an example of the description of the black male I'm talking about. If you ever seen that damn Marlon Wayans movie, Black Chick, White Chicks, that the brother what's that brother? He does the does the flexing with his pecs, and at the end of the movie, he finds out that that they dudes and they really not white girls when they was made up as white girls, and he ran up to him. He said, "Man, you brothers ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ain't even white." And you know what I'm saying? It's not that they were men acting like women. It was he don't mess with black women. Yeah, he don't even see black women. You see what I'm saying? If they would have been black, he wouldn't have even seen them, spoke to them, wouldn't have cared. And I think there's a lot of black men done turned they switch off because of their hatred or fear, or I don't know what it is.
They want to be white. They want to be white adjacent too. They really want to be accepted by white men, and they think they'll be a little bit closer if they're accepted by white women. They really want to be part of that whole white man privilege set, but they never will be. Now, if they become very wealthy, they have a lot of influence, celebrity status, they'll be up until the point where they get in trouble, and then they'll be cast aside like yesterday's trash. So it's just kind of sad Because when I see that, I see a whole lot of insecurity.
I think some of these men done took an L from a woman, sis. I think some of these men have taken an L from a woman, and that stems. They might have been all good till they took that L, and then they turned.
Yeah, and and black women have actually experienced the same thing, and some I feel the same way, and so they don't.
I think that's a human. That's a human trait. That's a human trait.
But it just seems like it's so much more that
prevalent
black men,
with us.
Yeah, much more prevalent. It's like 10-1, 20-1. So there's something. It's more than just, I adore non-black women. It's a lot of other stuff operating.
Well, I'm kind of torn, sis, because I live in a city that, as long as I've lived in it, it's always had more women in it than men. And hey, the more niggas out of the pond, the more of the pond I can swim. So in a way, I've always said, if niggas want to be stupid, let them be stupid, because it's more fish in the sea for me. But good Lord, at the rate I see niggas on these there, I be like, and be physically hearing niggas in real life talking this bullshit that I hear on this social media. I be like, Lord, I can't have it like that.
Mainly they're losers. They're loser men. I mean, if you really look at their socioeconomic status, most of them are not doing very well, and so they just don't measure up. They really don't measure up in a lot of ways, emotionally, financially, intellectually. They just don't measure up.
I think
and they're really kind of sad.
I think some of our young men, like I was saying earlier, have just fell victim to the social media. It's the lies. People will believe a lie faster than they'll believe the truth, and I think that has really hampered a lot of. I thought black men naturally, before anything go down the drain, we check it fully. That was just an innate trait. But now, after military service and seeing what I'm seeing now and seeing what's coming behind me, and like, man, goddamn, what the hell?
But they can go on. They're going to continue to lose because they have the highest divorce rate of any woman they marry, and it's much higher than if they're married to a non-black woman. So let them go on. They're going to keep losing as a collective.
I watched the young.
That's the thing.
I witnessed the
and
young
they're not
black
going to be
man.
accepted bad.
I witnessed the young black man going through that shit. He going through it right now, apparently, and it's weird to watch a young black man doing a bunch of white shit in their life. Marries a white girl, has a couple of kids. She kicks him out the house. Puts the nigga on child support. Yeah. And then you like, okay, so the nigga's on child support. And then the nigga moves in with a white buddy and steals his wife. And then they move out and move into crib and have babies. And what the hell?
That's not, you watch, it's not going to work out in the long run. That's what I'm saying.
What the
Just
fuck?
like TJ Holmes and Amy Robach up there on Good Morning America making good money. And then he had a black wife, beautiful woman, attorney, all in New York City. And he fools around. But TJ was fooling around with different women. He's a player. And so now, so they left together, him and Amy. Now they say they broke up. Now, see, Amy got about $50 million in her accounts, but TJ don't. And the thing, so there you go. That's what I'm saying. And I don't think he'll be back on the television at all. He might end up with a YouTube channel. I don't know.
I mean, they're both intelligent. They both intelligent,
But not emotionally intelligent. And then they don't have.
You talking to us, cuz?
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm in.
Go ahead, Miss Lady, finish.
So yeah,
sorry,
so that's what I'm saying. And what the trip about it is Amy's ex-husband and TJ's ex-husband are a couple. They hanging tough.
Damn.
They
Wait a
got
minute. What's
together.
that again, Miss Lady? What was
TJ
that,
Holmes'
Miss Lady?
wife that he left for Amy Robach, and Amy Robach's ex-husband that she left for TJ. They've been together as a couple for a while now, and they're still going strong. But see, TJ and Amy, they broke up.
What?
That's word on the street is. I don't know if it's true.
All that
So
stuff
that's
they
what I'm
doing
saying. And I'm not saying, I know some couples where it's a black man, a white woman, and even a black woman with white men, and they've been married for a long time. They love each other. Really, it's real. But they weren't doing it because they hate their counterpart. You know, nobody hates, like the black men don't hate black women. They're cool. And they love their mamas, and they cool. And the black women with the white man don't hate black men at all. They just said, well,
and I'm gonna
I
tell you
dated
something,
black men, and they didn't step up. And this one I met, in fact, they met on the job. He stepped up. He treated me really well, and they've been together for a long time.
And see, that's something I wanted to add, because while you saying that, the situation I was talking about before, the young man didn't have time to find to identify with being a black man before he go running off in a relationship with a white girl.
No, he's trying to escape being a black man.
He had issues before he got married, and it stemmed into his marriage, and now he's and for him to be spinning like that, you know, I mean, I ain't really too mad, because he ain't fucking up some black girl's life with this behavior. You know what I'm saying? He fucking up some white girl life. I mean, hey, he like the white side of life, you know. But that's just the nigga in me. But the young man, I know him, and if he would have had time and mentorship, or at least a little bit more, you know, male dominated kind of love in his life, he probably would have made different decisions, and probably would be he'd have been a better person, and he wouldn't be where he at, white or black. You see what I'm saying? He'd be, it's the quality of person is the reason why where he at. It has nothing to do with the white woman, but he, you know, he want what he want. He ended up what he got, and he feeling the hard pains over. And I felt it was, I was hearing the story, and I was like, what a deviant ass nigga. He like the white man for real, because you let a nigga sleep on your couch because the nigga got nowhere to stay, and he end up fucking your old lady.
Yeah.
The fuck? And then now he married to your old lady. And they live somewhere making babies. Ain't this some shit? So that's a trifling nigga to me, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but they got a lot of them are trifling, so it's no loss. I mean,
well, I'm just saying he acting like that. You see what I'm saying? This a black man acting like a white man, doing white man shit. That I know this nigga know better.
Yeah.
But he wasn't taught that he was a black man by a black man. He didn't have a black man with that toughness on his ass and teaching him what he should know. So that way, he, even in the situation he in, he wouldn't be like battling no white bitch over no child support or no shit like that. He would know how to handle that.
Well, let me ask you, what's wrong with Tyrese? Did he have a father, a good father in his life? Because he's been crying so much. You know, they call him Cry Reese. He just cried, and then they picked him up. They said to take him to jail because he wasn't paying his child support.
Yeah. Maybe he ain't got no money to pay his child support.
All right.
Well, I think he does have money to pay child support. I think he didn't want to pay what he was supposed to pay, and he's.
Uh-oh.
I mean, maybe
Niggas
people
should
don't
try
have as much money. Remember, we be saying about these celebrities as we think they do. So,
Hey,
but
niggas will
the
try
judge looked at
anything. You hear
they
me?
looked at huh?
I said niggas will try anything to get out of paying that child support.
Well, I think they was looking to pick him up to put him in jail.
Yeah, but he
that
has
don't make
some
no
other shit
sense.
going on.
That don't make no kind of sense.
No. He was stubbing his nose at the longest time back and forth with that bull crap. The child support.
Man, I don't see I'll pick on white people all the time, but I seen a white boy duck $65,000 worth of child support. And then to add insult to injury, convince some broad to love him enough to get her daddy to pay it for him.
To pay it off. Yeah. We know how that happens.
They get out of it too.
They get out of it. They slipping
I
and
was like,
sliding.
what the fuck, dumbass did that shit?
They were part of Slip and Slide Records.
You done slid up in your daughter.
Years ago, they had a show on 60 Minutes. I used to really like 60 Minutes. They used to be good back in the day. And they showed how these men are getting out of paying child support. And it was I can't remember what state. It wasn't California. But the guy, he looked like he was probably early 30s. And he married a woman, and they had a son. The son had some health problems and needed good insurance. Well, what he did, his parents had their own business. So to get out of paying that child support, he was working for his parents, but they weren't giving him a paycheck. And now this was years ago. He couldn't get away with this now, I don't think. And so he didn't have anything in his name. They had rental property. He lived in one of the nice houses. In the meantime, the woman and her son lived in a little apartment, and it wasn't that nice, and she didn't have a car. They had nice cars. So he's rolling around in a nice ride with his parents in their name, living in a nice house. It's their name. They said, oh, he's living rent-free. And so they didn't have a paycheck, so they couldn't garnish anything. And that woman was crying all on 60 Minutes, talking about how her son didn't have good insurance. He refused to get insurance for his own son. He had health problems, and she wasn't getting any child support.
I done since if I hadn't seen it in my own life, I wouldn't have believed it. But I done seen niggas go to jail to keep from paying child support.
Oh yeah.
But why would you rather go to jail?
I'm serious.
How
much of a loser can you become?
Miss Lady, two hots in a cot. Two hots in a cot, lady.
Oh my goodness.
Two hots in a cot.
That makes no sense.
No, I don't know. Let me ask. I don't know how they do it nowadays, but Mama Boy, do they still knock some of the cost off for jail, or does the money stay the same?
It depends. It depends. And
what state you're in.
No, it ain't even that. It depends on the issues of your order for child support. Because if you had a job, right, then you would have to go back to court if you didn't have a job to figure out how much you pay. But if it wasn't based on a job, it was just based on your income, and they have it down at a certain income, you have to come up with that shit regardless of if you was working or not.
Oh, yeah,
so then you have people in there under different circumstances. You see what I'm saying? So some of them niggas be like, no matter what I do, I'm not gonna get any money. If I go and get a regular job, it's gonna be hard to live off $5 a damn month, because of what that court order was. And it take 6-8 months, sometimes a year to get back to court. So you still gotta pay the child support, or they gonna arrest you anyway. So niggas would say, you know what? I done seen some grown ass, adult ass men say, you know what? Fuck
I'm
it.
going to
And then
jail.
call their damn little job and say, look, I need to take a leave of absence. For how long? I don't know, maybe about 6 months. And they'll go
I'm
get
going to
arrested
jail for
doing
6
some dumb
months.
shit. Yeah.
Well,
Go to court.
nowadays you'll lose your job behind stuff like that. You know,
I
and
don't know
so
about that.
yeah, you will.
I done seen
They
niggas
ain't gonna give you
viable,
no
can make
6 month leave of
all
absence
kinds of
to go to
money,
jail.
live on the streets, homeless, just to keep from paying child support. I done seen it.
But
I got a homie
but
right
they
now.
only
I can
take
go
a
fuck
certain
them niggas.
percent of your.
Yeah.
They only take a certain percent of your salary.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
right.
So
they're
it makes
only
sense.
allowed to take up to 20%. That's the
20%,
most they
right.
can
And
take.
so you know what? If you need to go and rent an apartment with somebody and split the rent, that's what I would rather do
Some
that
people ain't
than
doing
go to
Lady. Some people
jail.
ain't doing that. They say, nah. They say, you know
Well,
what?
like I said,
I'm going
Miss
to
Lady,
jail.
and I'm not. I gotta speak the truth. That's all I know. I got a lot of homies that dealt with it. I had one homie that was paying child support for a child that wasn't his for so long that once they got everything together down at the child support agency, and this nigga's like 40 now, they had to send him money back. They figured out
For
that
all
he
that
had
money that
paid.
he paid.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It
But
wasn't even his.
what I'm explaining,
And he's not getting it back with interest either, is he?
Oh, no.
well,
Oh, no.
he's not
But
getting the
at least you're
interest
getting
back.
the money. At
But
least you're getting the something back.
what they do is if there's some sort of like cost of living difference, they will adjust to that and pay you up to that. So you could end up with more than what you paid, but it's gonna equal by the because like some of this shit, like I had one mechanic of mine, friend of mine, that he paid child support up to where he was like, I think he was like 50 something. Cause he had a couple of kids outside of the
He was
family.
in the
You
rear
know what I'm
there.
saying? He got damn near whole family in Florida. But what it was is he didn't question the money because he wasn't working a job. He owned a business. He just paid. And they ended up finding out when he filed for his Social Security when he's 70. He filed that they owed him that money for child support. He had paid too much. So he was getting two checks from the damn government, one for his retirement and the other for the back child support.
But you know what? He could have invested that money and gotten a lot further. That 20% over the years.
Well, and who knows what he could have did?
Housing gone up. Everything's gone up.
Who knows what he could have did with that extra money when he was making it?
He would have probably spent it.
You know. Well, that nigga probably
We
yes.
don't know.
I know him. But my point is, down here, Texas, it depends on the court order. That's whatever the judge finds at the moment of judgment. That's what they go off of. So if you lie and you say like you ain't making no money, and they can take no more than 20%, but 20% of $500 is quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? So you don't never do nothing. You try not to get no job, so you don't have to pay no child support. You end up hustling on the block. Them numbers start to
then when you get older, you're not going to have no Social Security.
Right.
See, that's the thing. You're not going to have a pension. You're not going to have Social Security, and you haven't been invested in anything, right?
Well, you try to tell the niggas. You try to tell them. I know I have. I've tried to tell a few friends. Look, you better off paying this little bit now, because you might say they got you at $250 a week. If that's a little bit what they could end up hitting you with penalties and shit. That little $250, they're gonna double that when they find out, oh, you done got a different gig and you ain't let them know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you try to duck all of this shit, you're gonna end up incurring so many penalties, you ain't gonna even be able to. They're gonna have you $20,000 in debt before you can even start paying on some shit, and that's instant jail if they catch you somewhere. And I be trying to tell niggas You got to outsmart these motherfuckers. All they care about is the money. So if you
That
just
check.
pay the child support, they don't give a fuck what you doing, as long as the child support is being paid. And I would tell niggas, look, okay, I ain't telling you don't give a damn about your kids, but if you that nigga who don't give a damn about your kids, then why not let the state raise them? They're gonna make sure they get the right food. They're gonna get enough money for their medical. You could at least rest in peace knowing your child taking care of you, because you not. If you're gonna be a shitty nigga, at least pay the child support. At least that. Goddamn.
And that's what looks so bad. It's like you bring children to the world. They didn't ask to be born. They didn't ask to come here. And you just think that they can just survive on nothing.
No,
You ain't surviving on nothing.
Well,
somebody else's
it's a lot of
that's crazy.
It's a lot of know nothing niggas out there. That's what I've discovered. It's just a lot of niggas who have no conscience, and they instinct of survival is every day, 24/7. And when you see them do strange shit to you, that's everyday shit to them. I know a brother that can't see his own kids and his own child support, and is marked as a person who can't see his children. It's his children. His grandmama got to take care of him for the 3 damn kids. He
don't
can't
need to see him.
That's
what
crazy.
To see him for what?
No. My
what
point
do you need to see him for?
I'm thinking like I ain't talking about that part. I'm talking about the mentality of the man. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Well, in Florida, that shit don't pay off because in certain jurisdictions over there, if you try to duck, they put you in jail. And you go to jail,
That's Texas.
you're going to have to pay a jail fee. So that shit doesn't go nowhere. When you come out of jail, either you stay there and you end up paying something. They're going to take it. You get any commissary, they're going to take it. If you get out,
you ain't
job, they're going to take it. And they're going to take they're going to take that child support too.
All right, y'all. I done been up long enough, and let me just tell YouTube, if y'all want to listen to the conversation, just call into the number. But I'm getting ready to shut YouTube down.
Pets and dogs. Put the pets and dogs. Put Trump before you leave, man. Give him one more time.
Do what now?
Pets. Do that pet. Well, what he was talking about they eating the
pet.
Oh,
the dog Trump.
Yeah. You got a
They're
dog.
eating the dogs. The people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So,
taking this from
but the
television.
people on
I'm taking it from
television
the city
saying their
manager.
dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Moron. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy.
Peace, Tyrone.
Thank you.